evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host and one and only Talent El Idolo Deportivo Taylor, aka Talent New Year. Save the beer, Taylor. It is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. We're coming at you live and direct from South Florida, directly from the MyT studio located in Tamarack. You know where we at. Oh, it's another beautiful day. It's another beautiful day. It's officially February 10th. It's just about 9:57 at night. Hey. Well, I know what you're already thinking. Listen, just let it be, okay? Like, like, whatever you feeling, whatever it is, like, just go ahead and let that be. Right, it's just what's going on today, right? We got a big show for you guys. We got a really big show for you guys today because apparently there's no peace in Brooklyn. We got a Blue Chew promo code for you guys coming up, right? Apparently they said that you can't go back home, but the last time we heard that, I think you know where this goes. All right, we got. I said I'll tell you a little bit later, right? I'll tell you guys just a little bit later why exactly I was running a little bit late. I got in my own way. I really did. I got into my own way big time. Also, listen, we gonna talk about our Super Bowl pick or actually based off what's been going on this week. Like, what Super Bowl? If you guys have really been paying attention, right? Also, we got the birthday shout outs coming out at the top of the podcast. I'm already tagging the people that we need to go ahead and give the birthday shout outs to. So we got that coming up at the top of the show. All right, we got the NBA free agency taking over everything. We have prop bets. Oh, I forgot about the prop bets. I really almost did forget about the prop bets. Listen, we got, thank God it's Friday, a little bit of TGIF. Maybe we do some what's trending. Maybe. That's a really big maybe. We'll see what we get into. But don't worry, you know what we say here on the podcast. Excuse me, a lot of mercy. Regardless of the time and regardless of the weather. Hey, coach, help us out a little bit.
You play to win the game. Hello?
I mean, it's really always a blast on the Mighty Sports Podcast. But you know what we like to do here? We get back at it like a sports fanatic on the MyT Sports Podcast. Hey, let's go ahead and get these birthday shout-outs. Because, listen, we're going to get these birthday shout-outs in and out the way. Because last show, things got a little out of hand. Things got a little out of hand. Like, we was on one. We were all on one. That's good. I'm trying to get the game on. Where's my remote? I really just had this remote 2 seconds ago, and I've already misplaced it. Isn't that the life of all remotes? Like, you can swear you just had it in your hands. Next thing you know, you're ready to use it. And you're like, remote, wherefore art thou remote? I see the remote for the TV to the... Okay, if I'm seeing 3 remotes, then you're one of them. Okay, never mind. I was overlooking the remote. That was my bad. Oh, my bad. We're trying to get the Memphis game on. Not Memphis. Is it Memphis game? Maybe Phoenix. What are we trying to watch? Dallas. That's what we're trying to get on. We're trying to get that Dallas game. That Memphis game, we peeked into that game. That game's a complete blowout. You know, we like to keep a game on over here in the background every time that we go on air. So we try to make sure we have that up as well. Right, folks, we got a big show for you guys. Really big show. Really big show for you guys. Because there's been a lot that happened in the NBA. You understand? We did the show on Wednesday. Packed up. Paid my tab. Used the bathroom. By the time I came out, there was complete breaking news. And I was like, hey, you couldn't happen an hour ago? Maybe you would have helped the show get back on track. But no. You know what happened? We get lucky. We get super lucky. And today, we get a basically a day of free agency. A day that normally and generally will be surrounded and filled with Super Bowl talk. We're going to get super heavy on NBA free agency. I cannot tell you. You know what? I'm gonna tell you after the birthday shout outs. Let's go ahead and get the birthday shout outs, right? Because if you guys don't know, what we like to do is get a little birthday shout out to everybody that had a birthday since the last time that we was on air. So if you know anybody with a birthday, right, you could go ahead and start tagging them, right? Start tagging them in the comments, start sharing the podcast with them, right? Definitely tag them in the comments. Drop their information in the comment section so that I can go ahead and give them a birthday shout out as well. That's basically everybody had a birthday yesterday, everybody had a birthday today. And it doesn't matter where you're listening at, right? Whether you're watching us on Facebook, Instagram, whether you're watching on Twitter, you're watching on Twitch, you're watching on who am I forgetting? YouTube. It doesn't matter where you're watching, anywhere that you're watching at. Excuse me. Right, you go ahead and you drop the information, and we'll be able to see it. It doesn't matter where you're listening at either. If you're just listening to the podcast, so you could be listening directly live on Podbean or listening on the website, right? Either or. So, I haven't talked about the website in a while. Actually, you know what? Scratch the website. Website's under maintenance. Just remember that. For my website holders, you know what that means. Right. So if you're just listening to the podcast, right? I mean, if you're listening live on Podbean, then you go to drop the information there. If you're listening to the re-air of the podcast, still drop their name into the comment section. Right? If I catch that information by the time I start the very next show, you know what? I'll go ahead and give them a backdated birthday shout out or a belated birthday shout out. I guess really what you call it, right? Because listen, it doesn't matter if your birthday was yesterday, right? Today is your official birthday shout out right here on the MyT Sports Podcast. Hey, yo, DJ MyT, because I don't want to hesitate. I don't want to waste any more of the good people's time. I don't want them to think this is going to be a repeat of yesterday. No. Right, none of that. Like, I won't go for that. No, can do none of that. Right. What we gonna do here? Right, we're gonna get things started early. We're gonna get things started immediately. Right, we're gonna get it jumped off right away. Right, we're not gonna hesitate. We're gonna wait around. It's just gonna be birthday shout outs and moving on. All right, you ready? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. You like that? I like that. You like that? I like that. You like that? I like it. Cause yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. 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 Because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy. That's why you gotta get the video. Right. First of all, let's go ahead and say happy birthday. Right. We had no birthdays for the night. Ironically, we had no birthdays yesterday, so we got no birthday shout outs to give out for yesterday. But that don't mean that we don't got a couple of birthdays today, which makes it even better, right? Makes it a little bit sweeter. It makes it a little bit more personnel, right? We got a couple of birthdays for today. First birthday shout out we'll like to give out is to one Lance Thomas. Hey, yo, can I get some clappers in here for him? There we go. Right, Lance Thomas. I actually know Lance. This ain't the Lance Thomas I used to play for the New York Knicks. Not that Lance Thomas. Lance Thomas, I actually know from my days with Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Right, back then we were classmates. Was it during that time? Nah, Lance wasn't my class. Lance was, I think, in the class or two to follow. I think that's what it was. I think I may have just went to his graduation. I went to that class graduation. This is show more support. You know what I mean? Big them up. Let them know what was going on out here in the real world and how tough it is. You know, can't have them going out into the real world all bright eyes, full of optimism. You gotta let them know it's life's hard out here for a pimp. So I want to say happy birthday to Lance. Right. Also, another birthday I like to give out, a special happy birthday, right? Because this is one of those birthdays that I actually regret that I'm not in more contact with the person. That's only because of my assholiness. Right? Looking back at it, I realized that I was wrong. But for a whole bunch of different factors, right? But it's one of the ones I definitely do regret because like I didn't like it ruined my opportunity like to be a chance of your little one's life. And that's probably one of the biggest regrets of them all. You know what I mean? Like it's all about the children. It's always about the children. You can never make them suffer. So want to say happy birthday to one of my good friends, even though we haven't spoken about. Still calling one of my good friends, Emily Barbera. Happy birthday to you as well, right? So let's go ahead and get them all in the room. Actually, you know what? Before we get them all in here, right? Let's not be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. right? I want you guys to get your drinks, right? Go ahead and start popping your bottles, right? Get your shots ready, right? Get yourself a nice beer. If you haven't rolled up a joint already, or you got a tail sitting there, right? Or you got a half a joint sitting in the ashtray, go ahead and pull that out. Go ahead and pack the bong real quick. Go ahead and pack the bowl real quick. Go ahead and pack the rig real quick. All right, however you want to do it, pack the one hitter real quick. However you gonna do it, however you want to do it. Was this Dallas against Sacramento? No. Did I not pay attention to the other team just because I was so excited that I wanted to see what this Dallas and Luka situation is like? Because I didn't see his first game. I didn't see his first game in Dallas when after he decided to play, he wanted to walk down the street and have people follow him like it was a Pied Piper, like it was somebody's messiah. Yo, like the shit that he does, because that wasn't to like connect with the people. That was to feed his ego. Let's not get sorry, birthday people. Actually, I'm actually just giving the people, like the other people, some time and yourself some time to get your shots ready, to get your bowl ready. Like you see what you got working over here, right? You see what we got working over here. And it don't stop, can't stop, won't stop, bad boy. Look at it, look at that. Like you understand? Like no homo. Like pause over here. Like yo, B, look at that. Shout out to Joker, yo. Like, shout out to graphics. Shout out to graphics. Shout out to them for real. We gonna have to run the birthday shout outs back. Yo, I'm sorry. You know how this goes. We get kind of carried away. All right, shout out to graphics for real, right? We're gonna have to see if they need a sponsor, right? Or if they need a ambassador or some ish. Pretty sure plenty of potheads already tried, but you know what? I guess I'll be the next one now to go down that rabbit hole. All right, let's continue to go, right? All right, one more time for them. I think we can do this one more time. We don't mind. You don't mind, right? Let's get them together. Let's get it right. Yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Because it's your birthday. We say happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday again to Lance Thomas and also to Everly Barbera. We want to wish you all a happy birthday. We hope you party hard, you enjoy everything, you regret nothing. Since it is the weekend, right? You get your weekend at Birdie's on and you continue to stay. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and cut the music. I think that'll be the first time. That's gonna be a record for this week. Are they playing America's Funniest Home Videos side by side with the Dallas get? Hey yo, this is Sacramento. I said I've seen Sacramento's playing Dallas. We gotta figure. Why do you sound empty? Oh my goodness, it is empty. Shit. So again, happy birthday to Emily and Lance. So I wish them a big happy birthday. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Now let's go ahead and move on, right, directly to our first topic of the day, right? And we kind of talked about it already, right? We started getting into. We was excited. We've been excited, right? Let's get into our first topic. You know what we call our first topic?
MyT.
Because the MyT topic of the day really is the first topic of the day. There's nothing else to be talked about. Not the Super Bowl, but the NBA trade deadline. You understand? We got the show Wednesday night. Packed up, wrapped up, was ready to roll. In more ways than one. Right? All of a sudden, I look up, and guess what I saw? Right? Kevin Durant ain't with Brooklyn no more. What? I had to double check. Right? I had to check the potency of my drink. I had to make sure I hadn't smoked too much. I had to make sure I wasn't dreaming. Make sure somebody wasn't pranking me. I was like, am I seeing this right? To the birthday people, let's not forget about you. That's exactly what happened. All of a sudden, I'm hearing that laughing taffy. Oh, that laughing. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, I check the phone. I'm looking down. I'm like, no, hey, yo, no doubt, it's for real, for real. Yo, Kev is no longer with Brooklyn. He's officially with Phoenix. Over here regretting that he even left Golden State to begin with, but even more so, not just regretting that he even left Golden State to begin with, right? And the fact that he had to go through that whole entire debacle in Brooklyn, of all places, Brooklyn, when there was a perfectly good opportunity for Kevin Durant to join in. It is Dallas versus Sacramento. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Yeah, we found the right one, baby. Right, but it's gonna be a good one. But not only Kevin Durant going to Brooklyn, but the fact that he chose Brooklyn, New York, over. And listen, you gotta see what I'm rocking over here, right? I grew up a Knicks fan, but this is my borough. This is where I'm from. Oh, I went out in public like this. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care at all. I did not care. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to rock this in public, and whoever wanted to come and get it. Right? Because I also knew it was funny, too, basically what happened in Brooklyn. But so Kev, he could have done this in New York. But instead, he was like, you know what? We're going to Brooklyn. Because Kyrie Irving told me it's the cool place to be. Hey, Kev, I got a question for you.
Don't you regret not coming to the Knicks?
Don't you regret not coming to the Knicks now, huh? Sucker.
Don't you regret not coming to the Knicks?
Like, seriously. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm from New York, and you know what? Tom Brady's a fucking bitch.
You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Because you know that he's no longer in the NFL, so he's no longer even relevant. Actually, we can erase all Tom Brady drops. Actually, no, we'll save it for 2 years from now when he hops on the air and starts commentating games. That's the only reason why that's going to be there. But for now, we don't have to play another Tom Brady drop for the next 2 years. You know, that's a cause to celebrate. That's a cause to celebrate right there. That's a big, big cause to celebrate right there. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
The ceiling is the roof.
For real, for real. Yeah, if you're wondering, I'm still a Tom Brady hater. I can't help it. I'm gonna hate that man too. Listen, I'm gonna hate him the same way I hate Reggie Miller. Like, if I catch myself watching a game with Tom Brady's commentated, I am just gonna go ahead and mute it. Or these days, I'm even more blessed where I can go ahead and I can change the feed of the commentary. I don't even have to hear Tom. I can go listen to the all-women broadcast, or I can go watch the Nickelodeon all-children's broadcast. Listen, I'll even go watch the Chicken and Cow broadcast over listening to Tom Brady. Give me the Ren and Stimpy broadcast. Whatever dynamic duels that you want out there that were retarded. Give me the Cat and Dog broadcast. Who else we got out there? Give me Foghorn Leghorn, and give me that. Give me the Tom and Jerry broadcast. I'll take it all. Give me the Papa Smurf and Gargamel broadcast. I'll take that too. Yo, give me the Lionel and Mumra broadcast. Like, whatever. There's anything besides Tom Brady. I'll take the Dumb and Dumber broadcast. Which is going to be pretty soon if I keep puffing away like this. So the NBA trade deadline, they just basically took over everything. It started Wednesday night with Kevin Durant being traded, right? And you understand, from that point, and it was a little bit before that, because the first domino that really fell, that was major. Like, we talk about like Kanye West, major? Yeah, homie, we major, was Kyrie Irving going over to the Dallas Mavericks. That's the reason why we're watching this Mavs game right now. Even though we've been infatuated with the Sacramento Kings for years, ever since De'Aaron Fox's draft, but also second in the NBA in rebounds. Not De'Aaron Fox, somebody else. But to see what De'Aaron Fox is doing this year, which is basically up there with the top point guards in the league, is going to be fun. So right now, just to see that De'Aaron Fox and Kyrie Irving matchup, where you're talking about one of the shiftiest and most skilled point guards, right? Especially when it comes to footwork, against one of the quickest point guards, and still one of, and not only just quick, but still learning some of that shiftiness. So it's gonna be a good matchup. It's gonna be a good matchup. It's almost like watching sensei versus student. That's if anybody would want to go to the Kyrie school of basketball. Like, would you want Kyrie to be your sensei? I guess. I guess a sensei, you probably would tolerate. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, he'll be a good sensei. I feel like he'll be a great teacher of basketball. He's just not a great NBA teammate. He really has been from the beginning. Let's not make this a Kyrie Irving thing. But that was the first domino that really fell during free agency. I'm about to sneeze. Give me a second here. Phew. I messed up the timing. Right, that first domino was really Kyrie Irving falling. And then Thursday morning at about 1 p.m., lightning strike twice for Brooklyn. And their other star, Sabonis just took a bad little shot to the knee. All right, Sabonis? Is that Sabonis? Why did I write? Yeah, okay, I wrote Sabonis' name here today. Why did I write his name down? I had to think for a second. I know why now. It wasn't for what I thought of for the first second. But so now all of a sudden, lightning strikes twice in Brooklyn, and they now 1 o'clock in the morning, we get a little Woj bomb, Kevin Durant to Phoenix. And I'm telling you, I couldn't believe it. I honestly could not believe it. And part of me is also glad. Nah, I'm not glad that I did this. That I didn't go to that I didn't go to sleep and woke. That I would have went to sleep. I was gonna say that I didn't go to sleep and woke up. You know what I'm trying to say. Part of me for a second was like, you know what? I'm really glad I stayed awake for this, right? Because part of me for a second was thinking, you know what? I wonder if I would have felt better if I would have fell asleep and woke up to this news. Listen, it would have been a jolt of energy for me to hold into the rest of the day. But you understand, like, I've been wired since Wednesday night. Since we've got off the air on this podcast, I've been wired because I just been waiting to get here. To right now, this very moment where we could yap it up. Yeah, I see the comments flying in here. Yeah, at this point in time, Phoenix Suns definitely have to be a favorite. Like you gotta have to picture them a favorite at this point. That was going on Marvelous Nips. Hey, yo. Shout out to you. I see you on the podbean calling line. Don't forget, folks, if you would like to call into the podcast, there are 3 ways that you can call in and actually join the show if you would like to hear your voice on the air. All right, we're talking about, and we say on air because we do record this live, right? That's why I got one take wonder. There's no retakes. We don't go back and edit this. Like, there's none of that. Like, you get this as raw as it gets. So you see that sneeze that happened a couple of minutes ago? Oh, yeah, that's there, right? That nose clear that happened a couple of minutes ago, that's going to be in there, too. Is that flavor in your ear? Like, everybody over here trying to make everything sound all nice and perfect. Like sometimes a little flavor don't come onto the podcast. Listen, you gonna get your Craig Mack on. There's gonna be some. For a second, I was thinking Buster Rob. There's gonna be some flavor in your ear. It making me hungry. The sandwich, party wings with fries. We got the sandwich. We got proper fries, crispy fried chicken chunks, pickled slaw, fuego tangy spicy mayo. Oh, I'm getting hungry. House-made buttermilk ranch dill pickle served on top of red stuffed. Hey, yo. You know, they got a sandwich, crispy chicken thighs, pickled. Okay, yeah, that's what I know. That's just a sandwich. And then the party wings with fries. Yeah, that's just chicken wings. But red stuff. Wait, something crispy fried chicken. I got a water bottle in front of it. I'm over here trying to see my own screen. This is what they're promoting right now. This is for the Sacramento Kings game. Like when you're watching locally, all dishes can be hot or not. It's the Battle of Bro Stand in section 201. So listen, I know nobody at the game should be listening to my voice, but if you're in the Sacramento area, or if you think about the Sacramento area, stand 201, go there. The La Bo Stand, Nash's proper. Go check them out, because whatever they had, that food looked fire. I'm telling you right now, that right there made me want to hurry up and finish the podcast so I can go to like the Taco Bell or something and get something cheesy, beefy, greasy, and disgusting, and come over here and go back home and be a fat ass. Wait, what time do I work in the morning? Speaking of all that, I gotta work in the morning. Oh, I mean maybe in the afternoon, 2:15. Oh, we got plenty of time. But knowing me, I'm gonna try to pick up a shift in the morning before. If I don't work till 2, I'm gonna try to pick something else up in the morning. See if I can double this up. Upgrade to the new version of the app. Of course, you need an update right now. Go ahead and get that updated while we finish up here on the show. Okay. So that domino fell Thursday morning, right? Like I said, now Thursday morning is also the same day that the NBA trade deadline is finalizing. By 3 p.m. that day, all trades need to be in. And I started mentioning this earlier, but I love it, right? Part of the reason why I love it, because in a very indirect way, it throws shade at the NFL, right? That the NBA free agency happens this week, because this is NFL's kind of like pseudo bye week, right? Excuse me. And we've gone a whole week or so without talking football. And we were supposed to jump into this week, right? And really start breaking down all of the stuff happening to the NFL. But then what happens? Kyrie Irving happens. And then 2 days later, within 48 hours, what happens again? Oh, Kevin Durant happens. But not just that, right? They helped. Like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving really helped, because then it made all of the other names really matter for some reason, right? But it added to this massive pool where 10% of the league was traded. It's crazy, right? Can you imagine that? Like, seriously, just imagine that. And don't you guys forget, if you ever catch the show at Sharky's, that we do have a live raffle that we do at Sharky's. Not only do we do a live raffle where you can win a gift card at Sharky's, but we also do MyT trivia. And during our trivia, you can also win prizes as well during the trivia. The prize for the raffle has been lately a gift card to Sharky's, and that is happening on a weekly basis. And the raffle, not the raffle, but the trivia, the prizes are the prizes. You guys gotta know what the prizes are. I'm not gonna tell you guys on air what the prizes are. That's something that you have to see, witness, and win to know about. Now, back to it. You realize 10% of the league was traded away. If that isn't buzz enough in itself, then let's add Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and Brooklyn to the mix. And again, like I've said it once, I'm gonna say it before. I've been saying it for a couple of years now, but
I'm from New York, and you know what? Tom Brady's a fucking bitch.
That's not what I was trying to say. Stop it right
Don't
now.
you regret not coming to the net?
Yo, for real. KD, again, we gonna ask you.
Don't you regret not coming to the net?
Don't you regret not coming to the Knicks? It's not the cool place to be, but everything that you loved about the Brooklyn Nets at the time, they had a nice young squad. They were working together, right? You can see the maturation or the potential of some of the young guys. Like that's something everything you were saying that you loved about Brooklyn is actually what you would have gotten in New York. But instead, from the very first moment you guys got there, and you were like, oh no, let's get a new coach. And oh no, let's go ahead and trade for DeAndre Jordan. And then let's go ahead and give DeAndre, you understand? Taking away the coach broke down the whole entire foundation that they were being built. And then you traded for, and then you go ahead and get DeAndre Jordan, right? That sent away somebody that actually just recently came back to a 4-year contract, and he basically was useless for you guys, and barely lasted 2 years there. So you had the opportunity. You had the opportunity, but you know what?
Don't you regret not coming to the net?
And that's on you. Now the beginning of this year started off weird, right? For Brooklyn, because let's not talk about Brooklyn yet. Let's not even get into that. Let's stick with NBA free agency for a second, and how crazy their buzz was to help take away from the Super Bowl and Super Bowl talk. Like, unless you're just a football fan and you are specifically headhunting everything football to consume as much as that of that as possible before the actual Super Bowl starts. Unless you're that person, right, then you probably wouldn't have noticed. But if you listen to a general sports program and kind of like what this sports, you know what I mean? That even what this podcast is. Even if you specialize, even if you're regional and you specialize in Miami Heat sports, or you specialize in New York sports, or you specialize in Dallas sports or LA sports. This movement here, what happened, listen, or Philly sports or Kansas City sports. These movements were so big that you almost couldn't ignore it. And it wasn't even just those movements. Also, what happened this week? LeBron James breaks the all-time scoring record. There's a LeBron James watch that is literally happening the same time that the NFL has their bye week before the Super Bowl. NBA just kept on coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And I don't know how you ladies take it, right? But it just kept on taking shots to the face. And man, it got messy really quick. 10% of the league. 10% of the league. Hold on. You want to know something even crazier? Something even crazier? 43%, B. 43%. That's not 43%. 43, just 43. 43 second round picks were traded in a 24-hour time span. Just in 24 hours. In a 24-hour time span, there were 43 second. You understand every trade that you heard of. Hey, yo, 3 first-round picks, 2 first-round picks, 5 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 5 second-round picks, 4 second-round picks, 5 second-round picks. It was second-round picks out the kazoo. Wazoo. Oh, zoo. Sue, woo. You understand? Second round, they were going everywhere. Everywhere. And one of the craziest things about it is that, you know how they say you could never go back home? Well, this NBA free agency proved that wrong, because you know when you heard that? When they were back home. Let me tell you this. Hold on, because I didn't count this one out before I started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players returned back to former teams they've recently played for or formerly played for. 13 players went back to teams they formerly played for. And some of them have talked straight cash shit about their former teams. And now you have to go back and look them in the eye and be like, ooh, you just gonna buy me out. Bye, 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 bye. Right? Oh, wow. Now let's mention some of the lighthearted names, right? We'll get into all of them. But listen to some of the movements. How this happened? Yo, get the thunder ready, right? It's gonna be a busy one. It's gonna be a busy one.
The ceiling is the roof.
It kind of is, but it's gonna be a busy one. Let's get them out here.
Oh, baby!
Right? We get Mo Bamba right to the LA Lakers, right? You know Mo Bamba. I'll be ballin'. Excuse me. The throat was a little parched. It was dry. It was sea heroin. Sea heroin. And not a funky rush. Sorry. I just want to slack. See, I like it with the black, but I'm telling you guys, I'm seeing my hair on camera. I'm not done here. Your boy ain't done here. Don't ask me why. You done know. Don't ask me why, but you done know. Pardon me while I take a little swig of water. You know what? While I do that, I'm gonna play you guys some music to think some things about. Alrighty, we got Mo Bamba going back to the LA Lakers, right? Actually, you know what? Let's say what back. I'm sorry, they did not go back anywhere. Right? You have Mo Bamba going to the LA Lakers. Thank you. You have Sadiq Bey, right, leaving Detroit and going over to the Atlanta Hawks. You got James Wiseman leaving the Golden State Warriors and going to Detroit. Then we got Mikal Bridges. He's joining the squad up in BK. As I already told you guys earlier, we got Kevin Durant joining the Phoenix Suns. That was Kyrie Irving joining the Mavs. That's another. We got the Rat joining the. We got the Rat joining the Orlando Magic.
You have failed this city.
They may buy him out. I'm not quite sure. I think I heard rumors they may buy him out. You have Michael Conley going over to the Timberwolves. And then we have Josh Hart. Even though you guys see me wearing a Brooklyn shirt, you got Josh Hart going where my heart really lies, and that's to the New York Knicks. And just because it's personal, I think it's the top tier.
MyT.
Right? Told you.
The ceiling is the roof.
All right. But obviously, the big news isn't what happened with the New York Knicks. Obviously, it's what happened with the Brooklyn Nets, right? Because this season started with the Brooklyn Nets damn, that's not even a halftime show. This is just doing a commercial. They got the step team out. So it look like a high school step team. Where they got the step squad out. You better start getting into little drummer boys. Beat your drum, little drummer boy. Yeah, get into it now. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Let's get back into it. Your boys, that's what you guys gotta watch. If you listen to the re-air, that's what you gotta watch. And I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of times, you guys get the YouTube video, and you may not even get the audio video for some of these. It's just crazy. Boys wilding. All right, let's get back into it. Right, and don't forget, you guys can join the conversation if you guys want. Right, don't be shy. You guys could call into the show. You could call into my phone line, call it through the Instagram line, or call it through the Podbean app. Either or. So if you got my number, you already know. If you got my IG, you already know. If you got the Podbean app, you already know. You done know. Listen, there's 3 easy ways to join the show. Or you can just type in your stuff. I see it. I'll talk about it. If I like it, you know what I mean? I even pop it up on the screen, let people know, like, hey, yo, so-and-so said this. And we trying to solicit me, though. Like, I see you guys soliciting me. Let's you solicit me with pum pum. Like, don't be trying to choke. Oh man, I'm wilding. You guys already know it's smiling. The saying, if I'm wilding, I'm smiling. If I'm smiling, I'm wilding. I'm smiling today. I'm definitely smiling today. Dallas Mavericks with an early lead, 35-19. We have 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The the Brooklyn Nets started off this season really hoping that things were going to be turning for the better, right? It's been a rough, to say the least, 2 years, right? Having to deal with Kyrie Irving more than anything else. But Kyrie Irving, the injuries, the vaccination, the pandemic, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, what other things did Kyrie Irving need to take off for? Um, um, what does that thing called that what is that thing called that Aaron Rodgers is going on? Like just sabbaticals, right? Like just having to manage all of that, and then for it to end this way, right? Begin the season, Kevin Durant starts asking for a trade, and they're like, "All right, pimp. I mean, we'll try, but we ain't really trying to trade you. But we'll go out there and we'll see what's happening, right?" And all of a sudden, they're like, "Yeah, you know what? People just wasn't really willing to give up the bag for you. Like they weren't willing to give up what we think you are valued at, and you are a high tiered player. And if we can get back what is your value, right? Or at least what we think is your value, then it doesn't really make sense that we can even make a trade for you because then we're not getting what we think is proper for you." And he was like, "Okay." Right? And we were all shocked, like, he bought that? Like, that worked? It was like, okay, you know what? Cool. Okay, you see how this thing plays out. And then Kyrie Irving comes and is like, you know what? Before you guys can get all settled and easy and thinking that we're in calm waters, hey, how about we extend that contract of mine a little bit? You know what I mean? All due praise Allah. You know what I mean? Like, can I get a little bit more, like sauce on my burrito? You know, like whatever. You know what I mean? Can I get something? Can I get a little bit more tartar sauce for my, you know what I mean, for my fish and chips? And they were like, uh, no, like, let's see how the season works out. Let's play a little bit more. You've been a little unreliable, so we don't feel real comfortable just giving you more dough and signing you to a long-term deal. Because who's to say once we sign you to a long-term deal, you all of a sudden be like, yeah, now I want to go. So let's see if you really bout us. If you ain't bout us, then we'll let you walk at the end of the season. But we ain't getting one before now. You gotta prove some stuff to us. You've been a little unreliable lately. Like, you understand, like, you guys have barely played 70 games together, 50 games together. However little it's been at the beginning of the season. Excuse me. And so the team protects their neck as they should, and Kyrie feels disrespected. We'll find out. So Kyrie Irving plays out the season. Things are going good. He starts fooling some people, even me for half a second. I was still, and that's how you know things were going bad. Like, things were just going a little too good. Kyrie Irving was just being a little too quiet, and you're like, yo, you guys hear that? Hear what? Nothing. Like, is that a bad thing? It's always a bad thing. Like, really, some movie-ish started happening, right? And you're like, something is coming. I can sense it. Like, yeah, there's a breeze in the air. Like, the force is unbalanced. You guys can't feel that energy level. Like, it's rising somewhere. Kyrie Irving was out there like Cell, just waiting, sucking up points, waiting to get to his perfect form. And as soon as he was ready, he was like, "Where's Goku? Oh, Goku ain't here. I'm out." No, he's like, "Hey, you know what? Let me get that contract extension again, B." And actually, that's actually what happened first. He's like, "Yo, what's up with that contract extension? I've been playing well so far. I've done good. I haven't said anything. I've been out the news. I've been playing well. Look at my numbers and helping you guys win. Like I'm doing my thing. Can I get some more money now? Can you guys extend me?" And they were like, all right. Like, we kind of figured that you was probably going to want this. This was probably going to happen. God, they showed in this day in NBA history, this is when Tracy McGrady threw the ball to him, threw an alley-oop to himself off the backboard and dunked it, head and shoulders, rim level. And that's how I used to like those baggy jerseys too back then, because that shit used to move in the air at you. Like you had long hair, that shit would just be flowing like. All right, let's continue. So they're like, you know what? We saw this coming. We saw this coming. So listen, here goes your papers, right? Go look this over. You tell me what you think about it. They were like, here goes money, here goes years. Yo, under Mike Brown, Kings offense at home. Hold on, I gotta move this water bottle to see. They're first in points, second in field goals, third in three-point field goal percentage, and some other stuff. Yo, for real. Like I think I mentioned this last week or so, and this is my fault for not paying attention enough. But I got into the point where I realized Mike Brown can definitely be up for Coach of the Year. If this team continues playing the way they're playing and ends up being the second best team in their division, but being the best team in Cali, Understand, the Sacramento Kings could be the best team in Cali. We're talking about better than the LA Clippers with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. We're talking about better than the LA Lakers that has the great LeBron James and Anthony Davis and no longer Russell Westbrook, D'Angelo Russell, but also so far they've been better than the team that had Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, and also better than the team in Golden State that has Stephen Curry, who's currently out again with a leg injury, but has Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, and Jordan Poole. Right? And the Sacramento Kings, who I guarantee most of you can't mention more than 3 players on that team. If you can do that. Listen, it may be a little bit tough for me too, and I watched them all the goddamn time. Because as I think, the first thing that pops in my head is really De'Aaron Fox and no, I was trying to get the third one out because it's De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, but it was somebody else I was just thinking about and it completely left my brain. And I don't know why they just left. No, it's not Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield is in Sacramento. Not Sacramento. He left to go to Indiana already. That's some other place. Who else is... No, Matt Barnes. And then there's one more. It's a young cat. Who am I thinking of? Nope, they traded Tyrese Halliburton. Off night. Davion Mitchell. That's my dude. That's the guy I'm thinking of. They call him off night because of his defense. Because anytime that you play up against him, then you're gonna have an off night. Davion Mitchell, not to be mistaken by Donovan Mitchell. Right? This is Davion Mitchell. Let's see. They're gonna show Kyrie Irving's points so far. Right now, let's see. They are currently sitting on a 16-point lead. About 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter on the first half. And Matt Barnes just helped reduce that to 15 points. Excuse me. So, Kyrie asked for that. Let's get back on track to Brooklyn. Kyrie asked for that money back, right? Or try to get some more money back. And they were like, you know what? We still don't feel safe about you. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to treat this like an NFL contract because too often you NBA players keep thinking that NBA contracts have to be guaranteed. Like, no, it's just become the norm for people that deserve it. And right now, Kyrie, we don't think you deserve a guaranteed contract. So you want 4 years, 200? How about 4 years, 120 guaranteed? And every year you can make up another 20 million per year in bonuses. That's another 80 mil you can get on top of that. And we'll even give you more of a bonus for getting to an NBA championship and winning us one. And if you win an NBA championship, then then the rest of your contract gets guaranteed. And he was like, wait, what? Like, because we realized Kyrie Irving doesn't care about winning an NBA championship. Well, he said it. It's the reason why he's the way he is now. He's reached into the mountaintop already. What more is there to do on an NBA level once you've already reached a championship? You see, you guys don't understand. Listen to how Kyrie Irving talks about how he talks after winning a championship and how, let's say, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant has talked. Right? Larry Bird has talked. Magic Johnson has talked. After they won their first one, their next thought was like, yo, I got to get this again. I want this again. I want this feeling again. For Kyrie Irving is, I've gotten here now. What do I do now? What's next? Like, I don't want this again. Like, I don't want the stress I don't want the stress of having to chase this again. I've gotten it now. I've reached this goal of winning an NBA championship. Now also let's twist this also. Let's get this in a different light to you guys. I don't want to give it a full negative connotation. I apologize if I haven't. Also, he's thinking to himself, whatever life goal can I go out and conquer? Because now that he's conquered his basketball goal, that is no longer a primary goal. See, for everybody else, their primary goal was to go win another NBA championship. Shaq, Timmy, all of those guys. They were still obsessed with basketball enough, and they wanted to go win more championships after getting their first. For Kyrie, it was, I got my first. Now whatever goals out there in life are there for me to conquer. Because what it took to chase this, I don't want to do again in basketball. I just want to now enjoy basketball again. I've reached to the mountaintop. I've won my championship. That was stressful to me. That was really hard for me mentally and physically. And then also, let's not forget that he also had some deaths in the family, right? And as a death in the family as a young man, when he's coming into oneself, part of that he's like, okay, where else can I seek oneness from? Because I'll have it here in basketball. I've gotten all of that already. Where's my next goal coming from? Where's my next level of enlightenment coming from? So I say this because what happens is that Kyrie Irving's main focus is no longer basketball. Basketball is where he goes to have fun. And there's lots of players like that. They don't love their sport. They just play their sport. Because they were 6'2", because they were this, because their uncle played, because their dad played, because their auntie, their mom played. Because they have the genes for it. Because they're 6'10" and light skinned. As you see with Ben Simmons, some people they just don't have the love for the game. They love the game of basketball. They love the fame. They love the fortune. They love the money. They don't love the game. And so that's why there's a very few. And that's the reason why when we see the Kobe's, when you see the Shaqs, you see the Kareems, you see the, like even the guys that are obsessed over that didn't get a chance to win it. Like you knew they were still obsessing over it. The Patrick Ewings, the Charles Barkleys, the Reggie. Sorry. Almost threw up in my mouth there. Right, yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Right? Those guys that are obsessed over it, there's a reason why they get respected even if they don't chase it. Kyrie Irving's won champions. Like I said, he won that one chip and it changed the whole entire narrative of his career. you don't give him that one chip, and nobody is giving Kyrie Irving this many chances. He may even be lucky to be in the league. I'm telling you right now, LeBron James does not go to Cleveland. Kyrie Irving may not be in the league today. Kyrie Irving may not be. You guys understand this. But that's the issue with Kyrie. Is that they weren't going, they didn't want to give him the amount of money he wanted, fully guaranteed, because they weren't sure about his commitment to basketball. And if you heard Kyrie Irving talk, he has fully told us basketball isn't a priority to him. It isn't the thing that he's gonna go out of his way and inconvenience his life for. Basketball is something that he does for fun. He's got a chip. At that time, he had a shoe deal. He had a shoe deal that he was very proud of because of how much money it generated and how it had different tiers so that it can be sold to different income levels of people. So if you had a family that was struggling to break bread, they had a pair of Kyries that was a whole lot easier on your pockets. So he took pride in that. Now he no longer has that. And now now you see the Brooklyn being a team that doesn't want to give him a guaranteed contract. This is why it's really curious to see what happens in Dallas. Because I'm telling you, if he doesn't get it done in Dallas, he may not get it done anywhere else in the league. Because I know he wants to go play for LeBron James, but does Jeannie Buss want that headache? And that's the problem. I know LeBron may want him, but does Jeannie Buss want to tie herself to him for 4 years? Or does the NBA or does any owner want to be responsible of guaranteeing this guy, as they probably determine, this guy another 4 years of money? 4 years of multi-million dollars, probably upwards of $40 million per year. Does somebody want to guarantee him that for the next 4 years in the NBA and then have to deal with whatever you're dealing with for the next 4 years of him? Which is uncertainty. I'm curious of what really Mark Cuban talked to him to really persuade him. Because also I have to imagine, part of it had to be, well, listen, you know what, Kyrie? You have off-court adventures. What better guy to really help open those doors for you or get you to those places that, of off-court ventures that you would like to get into? Like, I'm that guy. I just want you to do it in the off-season. Okay, give me everything you got during the regular season and during the off season. Like my world is your oyster. And then if that doesn't work, because I'm curious. What did you have to say to Kyrie for him to be like, oh yeah, I'm being so appreciated now in Dallas, but I'm not. But I wasn't being appreciated in Brooklyn because Brooklyn wouldn't give me a guaranteed contract after I scorned them left and right. I took off to go to family members' events. Didn't tell anybody when I was leaving. Decided to not Right, and I understand the vaccination thing has always been a personal choice, but it's also a personal choice that 99% of the league decided to make, and also it didn't benefit him being in New York as well. But because of that, lost half a season, right? Had the issue with the anti-Semitism thing. Then came back later and deleted your apology. Don't think nobody has noticed that you deleted your apology or whatever was supposed to be. Yeah. See, my phone has perfect timing all the time. Now, don't forget that we all know that you deleted that apology as well. So, to have to deal with all of that, I wonder what Mark Cuban really said, because to say that Brooklyn disrespected you when, from the moment you got there, Brooklyn bent over backwards for you. And that was the issue that I know I had, because them bending over backwards for you, all it did was empower a madman. That's what it did. It empowered somebody that doesn't deserve all of that power because you don't use it wisely. You're the kind of guy that if an owner or any general manager wants to use an example of why they won't pay a player or why they are reluctant to give a certain player money, they will use Kyrie Irving as that example. Kyrie Irving is already being used using an example to be the mentality of today's athletes, when there's really not. Just because Kyrie Irving wants to move, that's not the mentality of the athletes. It's the way that Kyrie Irving goes about all of his other business. That makes him look bad. Listen, same thing we say about LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball be doing some sketchy shit too. Like we wonder all the time what's going on in Charlotte, because they need a vet over there to help those boys get straight, because it is a madhouse. It is a frat house in Charlotte. Right? So Kyrie Irving, you didn't get disrespected. They did everything for you. They went and got you. You wanted DeAndre Jordan. They got your boy DeAndre Jordan. You didn't want the coach that was there. You wanted Steve Nash, right? You got Steve Nash. You didn't when Steve Nash got there. You didn't want Steve Nash to coach you. You want to be able to coach yourself, or Kevin Durant to coach, or DeAndre Jordan to coach, or anybody else to be a coach. He allowed you guys to coach on the whim, and they eventually got him fired. You guys wanted James Harden, right? They traded away James. They traded away all those assets, all those pieces, and got James Harden. Where did they disrespect you? Like you understand? Like you can't be calling the blame game here. But they disrespected you because after all of that, they didn't give you the money that you thought that you deserved. After you have laid out this path of inconsistency and uncertainty, that's all you've laid out. A path that says you can't depend on me. Yet you want them to give you a contract that's made for people that are dependable. The fuck they do that at? I've been trying not to curse this whole entire podcast, but I apologize, Island TV. Like, you guys just had to bleep that part out if I get this one over to you. Big shout out to Island TV, right? Island TV, we trying to get some big things done over here with the MyT Sports Podcast. Let's go ahead and give them a shout out. Right, whether this gets over to them today or not, or this gets over to them or not, gets over to them tonight or not, today or not, tonight or tomorrow or not. Like, big shout out to Island TV. Forgot I wanted to give this time. Not until I cussed a while ago and it resonated with me did I remember I wanted to give this to Island TV. So Island TV, big up to you. Yo, big shout out to Island TV. Right? Where all of the islanders come right to get their voice off. So enough. I pulls off and I let them. You know what? Let's let that one slide by. So yeah, I know. Kyrie Irving, you can't be like you. You really are the boy that cried wolf. Like you're trying to play the victim here. When if anybody goes and looks at your track record from being in Brooklyn, like, yeah, you ain't the victim. You got everything you deserved. Like you got everything you deserved and more. And I'm not talking about like in a negative way, like, you deserve that kind of contract. No, you got, in your eyes, up until that contract, you were getting everything that you deserved. You thought you deserved. They were making the moves you wanted to make, bringing in the people you wanted to make. You deserve that, right? Like you have enough talent in the league that you deserve the right to be able to pick your teammates. So you bring in DeAndre Jordan and James Harden, and James Harden looks at this, and after about 3-4 weeks, he's like, yeah, these guys are delusional and disgruntled. I need to get out of here ASAP. I know I just got here. I won't do this if I get to Philly, but I need to get out of here. Or maybe Kyrie Irving said to him, like, hey, yo, what's going on, Holy Chef? What's going on, Poe? My bad. Tripping. Like, but maybe Kyrie said to James Harden, like, hey, yo, come here first. Right? These guys will do anything we want them to do. Come here first. Play for a little bit. And then if you don't like it, then bounce and go to Philly. By any means necessary. Just do what you got to do. We got this franchise wrapped underneath our little finger. There you go. Like, technically, you got what you deserve because those guys coming here was what you wanted. So it's what you deserved, or what you thought you deserved based off of your stardom. You wanted the coach going, and you wanted Steve Nash in there because you thought you deserved that. Now, the only time you didn't get what you thought you deserved was that contract.
That's when you thought you were disrespected. But even then, you got what you deserved. Because you were a poor choice of talent, right? And listen, and the Brooklyn Nets were a poor choice of talent too by picking you to come to their team. You guys won one playoff series together. I see you. But wait, let me get some orange and blue hearts. Let me get some orange and blue hearts over there. You know I'm a Knicks fan. Let me get some orange and blue hearts. I know you guys see me out there. If you like the show, don't forget to like, don't forget to share don't forget to share, don't forget to follow, don't forget to subscribe to get that bing bong every time that we go on. But also, if you want to go show some love to your boy, drop me some orange and blue hearts in the comments. Like that's how you show me some love. That's how we do orange and blue skies all day. Orange and blue skies all day. I know if you guys like see, I'm like when they were doing that fairly odd parents that very odd parents challenge where if you played the sound on your device and if you looked around you will suddenly see something pink and green. Oh, there goes Poe. I appreciate you, Poe. And that's how I am as a Knicks fan. If you guys look behind me enough, you're going to see the combination of orange and blue constantly all over the place. Like, hold on, look. Lean to the left. Now lean to the right. Y'all see that? Y'all saw that? Orange and blue everywhere. Everywhere. If I turn the camera, honestly, if I turn the camera this way, it'll be the same thing. If I turn the camera that way, it'll be the same thing. If I turn the camera that way, it'll be the same thing. If I turn the camera that way, you're always gonna see some combination of orange and blue lingering somewhere. I'm that dude. All right, let's continue to get into it. Because Kyrie Irving thought he was that dude too, until Brooklyn told him like, "Yeah, we ain't gonna pay you. We're not gonna give you that money." And so then he was like, "You know what? You ain't gonna give me what I want. Let me bounce. I want out. Like you guys disrespect, so I want to bounce." And that's how we got to the point where we got the Kyrie Irving to Dallas trade. You understand? We started off this season with him wanting an extension, and Kevin Durant wanted a trade. Kevin Durant got his money. Kyrie Irving couldn't get his money. Kyrie Irving played well, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm out." And then 48 hours later, after Kyrie Irving's in Dallas, in a place where he's wanted and not tolerated, where I don't think Kyrie Irving realizes everywhere that you go in now you're being tolerated. Just until that one moment that you have one of your Kyrie moments, you're being tolerated. Everybody's just waiting for that other shoe to drop. It's all smiles and giggles. Like, yeah, we love you. And you're like, "Hey, yo, dude, like we thought we had something going on here. Like, you gonna do us like that? Like, you said you wasn't gonna do this anymore. You said you stopped doing that in your last relationship. You still doing this? Like, chew with your mouth closed." Oh man. And we honestly thought for a second in Brooklyn that maybe, just maybe, the Brooklyn Nets would get back or get enough pieces back to build a team around Kevin Durant so that we could continue to win games. We knew they have a better coach now. They got rid of Steve Nash, the coach that they wanted. They actually got a real coach in here. The coach is actually doing good. A coach that can coach up young players to actually perform when those guys are either missing games, either due to injuries or because they need to sharpen up their tape line. Right? We really thought for a really small moment that, hey, yo, maybe Kevin Durant will stay and do something with this team, with this bench squad. And then Kevin Durant looked around the room twice, and he was like, "So Ben Simmons still my second best player?" Right? After, remember, earlier in the year, Kevin Durant was like, "Yo, this team's supposed to be good just because I'm on it. I know you guys may have just changed the people around now, but this is still the same people. Same caliber of people. And this team's just to be good just because I'm on it?" Because as Kevin Durant, he's like, "Nah. Like, this team isn't just going to be a championship contending team just because I'm on it. And that was the very moment that you realize that Kevin Durant is never going to be LeBron James. Ever, 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 ever. The same way that LeBron James will never be Kobe or Michael Jordan, right? Kevin Durant will never be LeBron James. And I don't listen. And people say that Kevin Durant may be the only person to have a chance to pass LeBron James. I don't know if he has that chance if he can't stay healthy. LeBron James's biggest ability isn't his scoring ability, his passing ability, his rebound ability, or his basketball IQ ability. No, it's been his availability. He's rarely missed games. Kevin Durant is going on like 3 seasons missed already. LeBron James don't got no 3 seasons missed. He may have it now in his elder years. You know what I mean? The geriatric times of his career. That's why I should be closing that window. Because, you know, all the little ass flies make it through, and next thing you know, you guys see me. Let's continue. Where we at? Massive multi-time. Massive. Nope, Kevin Durant says, nope, I won't go for that. Nope, no can do. I won't go for this. I'm not staying here. Nope, not me. No, sir, not me. And he tells Brooklyn, yeah, I want to bounce. And he actually says, you know what? I don't want to be part of this anymore. I just don't want to be in Brooklyn anymore. I don't want to have my own team anymore. I don't want to do this from scratch. No. I didn't realize how easy I had it in OKC when I had Russ and James. And even when I just had Russ, I didn't realize how I had it. So at least back then, right? I had it super easy when I had it in Golden State. I don't know why I ever thought that I needed my own team. And so they've scored him now. He officially has PTSD of from owning his own team. And he says, you know what? Send me to Phoenix. I don't want my own team. Just send me there. I don't care. I don't care what it looks like. I should have stayed in Golden State. Send me to Phoenix. But ultimately, you know what it boils down to?
Don't you regret not coming to the Knicks?
He should have went to the Knicks. Brooklyn wasn't a move. It wasn't a popular spot to be. Because even with all of your stardom, the only time you really got talked about in Brooklyn is when shit was going bad. You understand? You guys were sitting at the number 2 spot in the East and barely being talked about. The Knicks were on a 3-game. Actually, you guys even went on like an 8-game winning streak, a 10-game winning. The Knicks won 3 straight, and the city was over here talking about.
New York is fucking back.
You understand? They were going crazy.
Fuck Trae Young. Fuck Trae Young. Fuck Trae Young. Fuck Trae Young.
Yeah, you guys over here on 10-game winning streak, and you barely can get a.
What the fuck, baby?
Nah, not even that. So it never was the right move. And now we catch him in Phoenix. And everybody in Phoenix is going to be held accountable except for Devin Booker. And DeAndre Ayton, obviously. But Kevin Durant got to win a championship now. With this team that you have in Phoenix and what they've done over the last couple of years, you have to win a championship. If you don't, oh boy. Like the poop smear that's going to be left on your face and on your legacy, that scent is going to linger forever. But not just you. Your old head also, he got to win. As I said, Book gets the pass. If the Phoenix doesn't win a championship, Book gets the pass. Kevin Durant, you'll never be able to live it down. Chris Paul, this would have been your best opportunity. Like, I'm sorry, you can't win with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker with DeAndre Ayton being kept? that's who you can't win with, then you were never meant to win. And you are cursed as well. And you've been leaving back cities filled with manure after you've left them. But because you go to a new city and you take a new shower and you help this new team prosper some, they forget about how you stunk in that other team when you left. You always leave right at that right moment and then come back with some new fresh kicks. Right before somebody could actually look at you and be like, yo, you're the dingy one there. That Christmas money kick in. That tax money kick in. That BJ money kick in. Sorry, that HJ money kick in. My bad. You know what I mean? Like, something always happens. But if Chris Paul can't win, if you can't win with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, oh no. You can't change to another team. You can't go somewhere else. There is nowhere else you can go to try to wash this stink off. It will finally stick to you. And this one will be quadruple, because it won't just be you failing here. All of your other past failures, all of your other past transgressions are gonna come into play. And all of a sudden, you're gonna have a quadruple scoop of a poop cone just sitting there waiting for you to carry around all day like a scarlet letter. They will remember then. It's going to be interesting. It really is. It really is going to be interesting to see how this thing plays off, because it's funny that how this expectation is definitely been set for the Phoenix Suns. For the Dallas Mavericks, these expectations aren't the same for Luka or Kyrie Irving. We are just hoping they make it out of this Kyrie Irving experience in one piece. Is it still Kyrie, or is he the artist formerly known as Kyrie? Like, I forget what he goes by at this point in time. Like, Kyrie Irving really does feel like the basketball version of Prince, doesn't he? Like, he definitely is an artist, but he strums his own guitar. And it's personalized. And there's no other guitar like it. Let's move on to another Knicks team. Don't forget, if you guys are listening through the Podbean app, if you guys are listening through Instagram, right? Or if you guys are listening anywhere else, you guys can always use those apps to call into the show. If you would like to call in and join the show, if you have my number, you can use my phone number to call into the show as well. You have that as well, or you can drop your comments anywhere that you're listening to as well, or anywhere that you're watching the podcast at, whether that's on Twitch, whether that's on Twitter, whether that's on YouTube, like any one of those places, Facebook, Instagram, any one of those places, you can go ahead and drop your comments there. We'll be able to see them. We can interact as well. If you like the podcast, you know what? Go share, go follow, subscribe so you can hear that bing bong every time that we go on. But right here in the here and now, just leave your boy a couple of orange and blue hearts. You know how we do here on the Mighty Sports Podcast. You got that love, show me some love, yo. Show your boy some love. Leave me a couple of orange and blue hearts. The sky's the limits. So, as we talk about some orange and blue hearts, right? Let's go ahead and switch over for a while to that other team in New York, and let's switch over to the New York Knicks. Now, the New York Knicks, they haven't been as exciting, right, or newsworthy wise, even though it's kind of contradictory to what I just said, right? But they haven't been doing all the flashy stuff, because also they don't have a Kevin Durant, they don't have a Kyrie Irving to try to go get. Which, can I also tell you, as one part of my brain was like, damn, let's see what happens now with Kevin Durant, what he does with this squad. There was a part of me that was looking at the New York Knicks and was like, hey, yo, strike right now. See if you can strike right now. Like, right now. See if you can strike, and let's see what you can use to get for Kevin Durant. But then as soon as I had that thought, the Brooklyn Nets came out and lied to the whole world, right? And they said that Kevin Durant was not on the trade block, that they were going to stick with him, that he wasn't going anywhere. Obviously, right, the survey shows that was a lie. But after that, I had that thought for half a second, like, yo, let's see what let's see what we could throw at Brooklyn and see if we could get Kev. Like, let's throw them OB Toppin, let's throw them Cam Reddish, let's throw them 3 first-round picks. If we have to, let's throw them RJ Barrett. Like, who cares? It would suck to have to play against RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, and OB Toppin right across in Brooklyn. That would really be something to watch them under a different style coach start being successful. And next thing you know, they continue on their path in the 4th seed and they finish out still better than the Knicks. But that didn't happen. New York Knicks, they still remain 30-26. They're 7th in the East. They just lost their last game tonight against the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles. We're gonna talk football later. Don't worry. They lost to the Philadelphia 76ers 119-108. This is their first loss after winning their last 2 games. When they beat Orlando and actually beat Philly. That's reason I'm not too surprised, not too up, not too down about this game against Philly, right? You figure because the Knicks just beat them 2 games ago, it's very fresh in their muscle memory, right? Mentally or physically, right? But it's very fresh in their mental memory that. Sorry, I'm watching the halftime of the Sacramento game, and they're going through the points of LeBron James and then kind of milestone when he did 10,000, 20,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and I guess, we'll get to whenever he broke that. And a whole lot of these other ones were way more impressive. Maybe because he had a lot more athleticism then as well, too. Right? He didn't have to just do a simple pick and pop kind of say, I'm just going to go behind the screen, just, swish, Kobe. Even LeBron James, when he shoots, he says Kobe. Like, even when Michael Jordan, when he shot, he said Jordan. Right? When Kobe, he shot, he said Jordan. When LeBron James shoots, he says Jordan. he probably says Kobe. What am I saying? You know what I just said. So, yeah, the Knicks one beat Orlando in this past couple games, 102-98, and they also had beat Philly earlier, 108-97. Didn't expect Philly to go ahead and take another L to them, and that's really what we saw. Maxey went off. Maxey went completely off. Knicks fans, and because Knicks fans may be the only person that understands this comparison. Probably, I don't know if the rest of the league or any other casual fans know who Emmanuel Quickly is. But seeing the growth of Emmanuel Quickly and the maturation of him, right, and the improvement, seeing him and seeing how well he's improved. And you're like, damn, sometimes you wonder to yourself, how is he not the starter on his college team? Well, then you go out and you watch Maxey. And you realize why. And you realize why. And you go out and you watch Max and you see him put up 27 points and 3 steals. Even though, I'm going to tell you this, Emmanuel Quickly as a starter, I think Knicks fans feel like he could put up 27 and 3. Because he's putting up 15 and 1.5, right, coming off the bench. I think a lot of Knicks fans believe that he could put up 27 and 3. I don't know if he can do it on a consistent basis, but in just the same level of frequency that Maxey has been doing it as a starter, we really believe that Emmanuel Quickly can do that as well. But again, for as well as we think about him, is that just think that Maxey is still the reason why he couldn't get that starting lineup in school. And sometimes when you watch Maxey play, and on a more consistent basis, you realize it. Maxey's a little bit more consistent with his numbers than Emmanuel Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly is considered a microwave for a reason, but also be because of his current role. He's in a microwave role, so kind of a microwave player, and you want him there. You want him in that microwave 6-man role. right? He's been exceptional for us there, right? And without him, I don't think that the Knicks are as good as they actually. I don't think. I know without Emmanuel quickly, the Knicks aren't as good as they've been this year. They don't have a winning record. They're not 4 games above 500. They're not better than the Lakers, right? None of that is happening without Emmanuel quickly. He has been a consistent enough glue off the bench to really help give this team things that they're looking for, or pieces that they're missing when they're having scoring droughts. Now, to kind of help with some of this scoring load, right? Because sometimes you don't get what you may want from the other guys on the bench, right? And we've seen Tom Thibodeau have a short leash where either guys may not get what we as fans may consider respectful playing time, even players consider sometimes what we, because fans are a little bit more overreactional, but what we as fans may consider respectful playing time, or so you may see a player not get that time, or just even cut from the rotation. And we saw the one trade that the New York Knicks did make revolve around that. And also something that we saw was the New York Knicks get Josh Hart. But in a free agency where there were 43 second round picks traded, what? That makes no sense. Sorry, I'm over here texting while on the air. Right. Oh man. So sorry, I was just thinking I was about to tell somebody to come get some bud from me, but like, I don't know. Things are a little disarrayed right now. And if she comes during the podcast, I'm not gonna stop the podcast to give it to her, unless don't finish that sentence. Actually, unless I stop the podcast to give it to her, and even then, I probably won't stop the podcast. You guys will just hear it in the background. Squeak 'em, squeak, squeak 'em, squeak, 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 squeak. Actually, you know what? Speaking of squeak 'em, squeak, squeak 'em, squeak, squeak 'em, squeak, squeak, squeak 'em, squeak. Don't you guys forget about Blue Chew. Blue Chew, what is Blue Chew, you ask? I am glad you asked. Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your thrill. All you have to do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. So just a few chews before you do. It has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. For a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss, and she will love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And if you use my promo code of GSSS, that's Golf Sierra Sierra Sierra, because that's exactly how that thing is going to flow when you golf in her Sierra 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 Sierra. Like, man, that's the desert. I'm thinking about the river. Why am I thinking about Sierra River? Sierra, hey, hold on. Oh, let's take that back. I just ad-libbed that, and now that ad-lib may have backfired. But still, she's gonna love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And if you use my promo code of GSSS, that's the sound she's gonna make, right? You can get your first order of Blue Chew for free. Yeah, I did all that to make sure I told you about that. Yes, folks, for free. You can get your first order of Blue Chew for free. For the free, right? We talking about free 99, the complete 5-finger discount, Kanye's West complete workout plan added, included when you get your first free order as well. That's on her to make sure that she got that you upgraded for the Kanye West workout plan. But normally, when you get your Blue Chew, and she sees how it makes you do your do, the Kanye workout plan comes with it automatically, right? Folks, the only thing you have to pay for is shipping and handling, to be honest. It's like $5, either $4.99 or $5.99, one of the two. Shipping and handling, that's it. But Blue Chew, it really only has 2 instructions here. You chew it, and then you do it. That's it. Right? If you like kung fu, then you pick up how many whatever style you like. That's jackhammer style, missionary style, doggy style. Like you understand how whatever style that you like, that's how you do it. Whether you want to do it like LL Cool J, where you're doing it and doing it and doing it well, you're doing it like Lionel Richie, where you're doing it all night long. It doesn't matter. Still just chew it and you do it. It's blue chew. What you want? It's not what you know. It's not what you need. It's what you want. I mean, if it's necessary, then it's necessary. Maybe you go out, you drink a little bit too much, you get whiskey dick. Natural cure for whiskey dick. Maybe you talk too much shit every once in a while in the DMs, and you leave a little bit too often saying like, "Damn, like girl, this normally don't happen." Make sure now it never happens to you, girls. He's talking shit to you in the DMs. Never again. Make sure he does everything he says he was going to do when you give him blue chew. Listen, man, it's all about that thrill. Don't be stingy. Chew that little blue pill. All right, let's get back into the podcast, right? Since we talk about, our blue chew, but we talking about the New York Knicks. We're talking about orange and blue, right? New York Knicks end up getting Josh Hart. Now, everybody else out here is trading away second round picks. As I told you, there was 43 second round picks traded. Not the Knicks. Not the Knicks. Now, listen, I'm telling you right now, this is just how you know when a team just knows that you're desperate or you just want something really bad. Josh Hart, who we all will love Josh Hart. And hopefully Josh Hart will get playing time because the person that he got traded for, we thought we would love Cam Reddish. And we thought Cam Reddish was gonna get playing time too. Apparently, oh no, au contraire, mon frere, we were wrong. But they traded away Josh Hart for Cam Reddish and Ryan Aradicono, who he never got any playing time. He was a prospect, right? So he doesn't really matter. Zvi Mikaliak, well, again, somebody who doesn't get playing time. But that's still 3 players. And a protected first-round pick. So when everybody's shifting away second-round picks, here goes the New York Knicks that's trading away for a guy that isn't. There's so many names that probably could have deserved the first round pick. That isn't D'Angelo Russell. That isn't Kyrie Irving. That isn't Kevin Durant. That is, man. I can go down. I don't give away everybody that was traded yet. But there was a lot of second round pick people though. And Josh Hart should have been one. Listen, hopefully we're gonna love you, Josh Hart. But you were still worth a second round pick. Now there is one caveat. It's a protected first round pick. And it's a 2023 protected first round pick. So if they don't use it this year, right, then it turns into 4 second round picks. And the Knicks keep their first round pick. So if they don't decide that, we're gonna take that first round pick off you this year, and they don't use it this year, then they get 4 second round picks. And listen, we see what second round picks just did. Almost everybody got moved for second round picks. I told you, we're talking about 3 second round picks, 5 second round picks, 2 second round picks, 1 second round pick, 4 second round picks, 3 second round picks, whatever number I missed. Second round picks are going out the wazoo. The Knicks got Josh Hart. Josh Hart is one of those guys that we probably can give us some burn from the 1 to 3 position, not only on scoring but also on defense as well. If you guys were paying attention, well, you guys aren't Knicks fans, but there was a Knicks player that was really happy to hear that his former Villanova teammate was joining him. We'll talk about that a little bit later, right? Because before we even get into that, before we get fully into that, and we'll get into the Super Bowl. We'll talk about the Super Bowl in the last hour of the show, right? So as you guys know, if you're listening to the Podbean app, right, as you guys know, Podbean gives us about 2 hours of straight time, right, before we have to reset that feed. So we're going to reset that feed. Everybody else will be hearing the commercial, but for you guys in Podbean, you're going to lose us for half a moment. But don't you fret, don't you worry. There is a new stream already set up and waiting. So as soon as you lose this one, just go right back to that live section. You'll see the new one popping up, or you'll see me recording. Come back, click into the room, and come back and join the conversation. We'll be back where we left off at. You won't even miss a beat. So, like I said, the NBA has just been has just been hidden. This whole entire time, NFL took a break, and NBA said, you know what? Let's go ahead and kick in the door. And listen, the only thing I'm mad about was that there wasn't some kind of significant game that was really going on, or a significant day of basketball that was going on during that time frame, right? I think the next significant day that we may get is going to be Valentine's Day, but that's after the Super Bowl. Which I got no plans for Valentine's Day. It sucks. It really doesn't suck. Actually, I don't mind, right? Because oh, sorry, I had a doctor's appointment today, and I just remembered something that they asked me and my response. And unfortunately, I can't give you this response on the air. I know you said like, yo, Tay, you can't do that. That's unfair. Life isn't fair, right? But I can't give you my response on air because this response is so good. This response is so beneficial to the male species that I can only share this in person. And I only can share it with other guys. Because it is so good that if anybody else heard this that was against us, you'll never ever be able to use it again. Just letting you know. So, somebody is moving over there. Who won? She whooped her ass on that bike pellet. She really sweat. Look at it. It's because of them thighs. It's like she got real thighs. Look at them thighs. Whew. Kind of thighs you could smother them. Yo, what was KJ on the other night? Talking about he's not going to eat pussy. Sorry, Island TV. He's not gonna nyam pum pum. Is that better? That's not even better because it's an island network. But he's not going to. Right? Have Honey Nut Cheerios, right? Until he passes out, right? He won't have legs wrapped around his head while he's eating Honey Nut Cheerios until he passes out. He refuses to. And I was like, "Oh, you tripping?" I was like, "Yo, whatever." Like, lock the legs, like wrap the arm over, pull back on the head, put me in a triangle chokehold if you have to. Like, which I've had somebody actually do. Like, but yeah, put me in a triangle chokehold. Like I'm sure. Like, listen, I'll pass out while deep sea diving for treasure and booty. Well, no, wait, whoa, pause. I've never deep sea dived for booty. But let's not get it twisted. Like I was just trying to say treasure in another way, but then I realized that you guys may have thought that was actually booty, and I don't eat booty. Sorry, ladies, listen, it's not happening here. I am not a booty eater. Nyambate. So let's get back into this NBA, right? And we got to find a different game because this game isn't doing it. Who could we watch? Who could we love? Is Zion Williamson back yet? Let's take a peek into this Cleveland and New Orleans game. Let's see what Donovan Mitchell is doing. Let's see if Zion's back, and let's see if my boy Brandon Ingram could be doing anything. And you know what I realized too, as I'm seeing some of these players go back. We'll talk about it when we talk about this person. So he said, like the NBA, they've just been hidden this whole entire time. NBA took off 2 weeks, and NBA just been firing off on all cylinders. And you really have to think, like it's a perfect moment kind of thing, right? Because you can't always expect this kind of movement or excitement in free agency. Far too often, free agency passes and it's boring, right? So you can't always expect this. But this year we got it. right? Also, every year you can't expect for somebody to be breaking an all-time great record, and you also got that during a time where there was no football as well. So, nope, Zion Williamson right there on the bench, sitting in a tracksuit, iced out, with a lightning bolt on his chest. Oh, maybe that's a. Those have been Z's this whole time, and I've been thinking it was a lightning. You know what? I think the blonde's already starting to seep in. I'm start. Just got it. It hasn't even been long enough yet. Yeah, so NBA's been doing a great thing, and as you know, we have NBA. We have the All-Star game coming up pretty soon, later this month in February, and we also have now the official announcement of all. Okay, can I get before? Yeah, you know that one. Okay, good. Right. So now we have now we officially have an announcement of all, and I mean all. What is this? 2, 4, 6 times 4, 24, 25. All 25 participants. I wonder if it's supposed to be 26 and somebody messed up or something happened. It's interesting. Oh, I'm telling you, man. Like, I just like. I like that. I'm that person. I like the air too much. I like that natural air just a little too much. That's the reason why I'm over here suffering and fighting through these little bugs and shit. Right? Only because, like, you know. Well, let's go. All right, actually, let's go with that one. I like the other one better. Right. So for the 2023 All-Star Game, right, we have announced now. Some of you may already know who the starters are, but I'm going to go over the whole entire squad, right? Because you know what, who don't want to hear about this again? Like, it's one of those things that also that we love to see. So, hey, okay, Jay, and you know how we like to do it. Hit me up.
Love to see segment of the week. Give me that shit. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Right, so as you know, we have the captains as LeBron James, and it looks like Giannis Antetokounmpo. I just had to look at the. I didn't write down who the captains were. I just had to look at the list real quick and determine who wasn't on here. But like, oh, I didn't realize I didn't have to write that. I didn't write that down. So I'm sorry. What number did I give earlier? That it was 20. How many people I said? 26. 25. I said. So it's actually 27. I forgot about the two captains. Now we have Luka Doncic, as you know, right? Luka Skywalker. He's making it over to the All-Star game as well, and he's going to be not only the All-Star game where I forgot what number this is for him. Right, I should have wrote that down. So yeah, you guys will be all right. You guys don't need to know if this is first or 21st. Right. Number one thing to know is that Luka Doncic is a starter.
Oh, baby.
Also joining him as a starter from the Philadelphia 76ers, their center, Joel Embiid.
Oh, baby.
We just talked about him in all kinds of lights and all kinds of weird ways. And one of the ways that we definitely spoke about him, we did mention that he was playing really well this season so far. Let's give it up one time for Kyrie Irving, folks, to make it to the starters.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, my nose itches. Leave me alone. Right, we have Nikolai Jokic, right, the Joker, also making it into the starting lineup.
Oh, baby.
We have Larry Markkinen. Well, he's making it to the starting lineup.
Oh, baby.
We just peeked in on his game, even though we didn't get a chance to see the score. But we got Cleveland brand new shooting guard Donovan Spider Mitchell.
Oh, baby.
And also representing the best team in the East, we also have Boston's own Jason Tatum.
Oh, baby.
Now that Jason Tatum will round up the last of the starters, and then out of Miami, their big man, their center, right, straight out of bedrock, we have Bam Adebayo. He's also going to be joined by one Stephen Curry, but unfortunately, Stephen Curry will not be joining us due to injuries.
Danger zone.
So we get DeMar DeRozan joining the All Star game this year as well. DeMar DeRozan has been here before. This isn't his first rodeo. We talked about his homie. Let's talk about him now. We also have Kevin Durant joining the All Star game. Now, I don't have Kevin Durant listed as injured on here, but the last news I got was that Kevin Durant wasn't going to be playing in this All-Star game due to injury, that he wasn't going to come back until after the All-Star game. So we'll see if something changes now that he's suddenly in Phoenix, but for even when I heard, no, he's not going to be playing even for Phoenix. Excuse me. Excuse me. That he won't be playing for Phoenix even until after the All-Star game. So he's probably not going to be in this either. I just didn't have him listed as one of the injured people, right? But let's forget about him. He doesn't matter in this current juncture anymore. The folks out of Minnesota, their small forward / shooting guard, they have Anthony Edwards. Also, surprisingly making it out of LA, one forward player used to play for Indiana. Now he plays for the Clippers, Paul George. One of the few people that I had to write their entire full name out because I can never get it right, out of Oklahoma City, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't know why I went into straight PA announcing mode, but whatever. Folks out of Indiana, formerly out of Sacramento, give all praise and thanks to Wally Zerviak that he made it to the All-Star game. Let's give it up one time to Tyrese Halliburton. It's been a while since he made it here. Actually, I want to say that currently as it stands, he may have the longest... Hold up. Wait a minute. Excuse me. He may have the longest time in between All-Star appearances, right? Where I think it's been at least about maybe 10 years now, 12 years. How long has he been in the league? He hasn't been that long. He hasn't been in the league that long. It was in 2007. Shoo! Shit. Oh, man. But he has the longest time right now spent in between All-Star appearances, right? Out of the Bay Area. From the Bay Area, I should say. Right? But currently playing for the Milwaukee Bucks, you have Drew Holiday. We also have Kid Dynamite, Triple J Jarrett Jackson Jr. out of Minnesota. Let's not forget about making sure we make time for Dame Time as he joins us from the Portland Trailblazers. We know who he is. He's the point guard. There's really no intro needed for Dame Dollars, all right? But there is an intro needed for Julius Wactavius Randle. We haven't had to call him Julius Wactavius Randle this whole entire year because this guy is like day and night. 1 year he's an all-star, 1 year he's not, another year he's an all-star. We just hope he will stop flipping and flopping, right? But right now he's doing well for us. He's a walking double-double, putting up 24 points and 10 rebounds per game, playing alongside Jalen Brunson, helping the Knicks stay 4 games above 500, right? We're talking about Julius Randle. We get Domantas Sabonis already as well. Pascal Siakam out of Toronto. And lastly, who will not be playing but was voted to the was picked to make it to the All-Star game. We have one Zion Williamson. There you go, folks. There goes your 27 players that is going to be participating in this All-Star game. Now, if you don't know, they changed up the format slightly this year, right? Where in the past, we already know that they have been picking from these pool of players to determine who they want in their squad. The starters always get picked first, and then they do it playground style, and they pick and they go back and forth, and they pick between who they want off the bench squad. Well, it's gonna be real playground style this time, as the players will be picked right there on the court. I would like to see the odds on who goes last. I really want to see the odds of who goes last, and I feel like it's going to be Julius Randle. Like, seriously, because for what Julius Randle does, you can get Jared Jackson Jr. first, or even DeMonte Sabonis, even Pascal Siakam. Julius Randle may be the last player picked. Hey, yo! That's a lot. No, maybe Tyrese Halliburton. Because maybe you just have enough guards that you're not looking for him yet anymore in that position. So Tyrese Halliburton. So I'm gonna have to put this on the big board, right? But my last three, we got is probably, as I'm looking at this, is going to be Tyrese, Drew, and Julius. That's the last three people I see being picked in this draft. And let's see which one of them gets picked last. That's gonna be funny. Yo, it's gonna really be funny and embarrassing if the player that gets picked last is a New York player. That's gonna be some shit. That is gonna really be some shit. My nose is stuffy. I really need to go ahead and clear this sucker out. I'm gonna have to do that during the break. Actually, it's just about that time. We hit just about the 2-hour mark in the Podbean feed. So what we're gonna do, Podbean, you guys are gonna lose us for just a little bit. But don't you worry that after you lose us here, there is going to be a brand new feed that's going to be popping up for everybody else. That's going to pop up for you guys so you can rejoin. Everybody else, you guys will be hearing a commercial that we are going to be playing for you guys. So you got anybody else, you don't have to worry about anything. You just gotta have a commercial. You're gonna see a commercial. You're gonna hear a commercial. It's gonna be commercial time for you guys. The only people that have to worry about any kind of reconnection, the people specifically that are on the Podbean call line, because that call line has to be reset at some point in time, and it has to be done at around the 2-hour mark, unless they automatically get dropped, and then all of a sudden they can't hear anything. So we're gonna get them back in here. We'll get you guys here back into the show, and we'll continue the show in just a few minutes. When we come back, we'll get into our NFL picks, and we'll also talk about some more about the crazy moves of this free agency. Because you know what, we're still not done talking about NBA free agency. Don't worry. I'm your boy Tyler Thomar Taylor. This is still a MyT Sports Podcast. We have a whole lot more in store for you guys when we return.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, I became a soldier.
And we are back. Listen, I'm still your host, Tyler Thomar Taylor. This is still MyT Sports Podcast. You may be listening to that. Appreciate you guys big time. So NBA free agency was still crazy. NBA NBA free agency was crazy. Saying, right? I don't know if you've heard this saying before. They said that you can't go back home. But you know when you hear that when you're back home, this is really one of the most incredible things we've probably seen in God knows how many years. Now, listen to this, right? NBA free agency hits. And I told you, right, 10% of the league was traded away. So this is not talking about Mo Bamba, Sadiq Bey, Wiseman, Malik Bridges, KD, Kyrie, The Rat, Michael Conley, or Josh Hart. And nothing to do with any of those guys. There was a group of individuals, and I've never seen this, that went back to teams they've previously played for. Oh, man. Yo. Talk about... Ooh. Oh, no, it's a... right? But talk about suspenseful, right? Like talk about not even suspenseful, talk about drama, right? Talk about just flat out the drama of it all. That yo, you used to play for us. We didn't want you. We had to get rid of you. And now we gonna bring you back. You alright with that, right? We cool, right? We cool, right? And guys just like, alright, I guess. Like, we understand what business is by now. Folks, one of the first, oh my goodness. Oh, okay, I got him too. So I told you it was crazy, right? Crazy free agency. So we have, and I'll tell you this in a second, right? We have, before we get into the people that went back home, we had Russell Westbrook getting traded to Utah and him getting diss tracks. Yo, real talk. People are leaving him. Diss tracks, diss records that he recorded about him in his DMs. Go look it up. Go look it up. He is getting diss tracks in his DMs. Then there's Jalen Brunson. This is how I'm saying. This is how crazy free agency has been, right? Russell Westbrook getting diss tracks in his DM. You got Jalen Brunson at Villanueva getting ready to get his jersey retired when he sees the news that his teammate, his former Villanova teammate Josh Hart, is coming to join the New York Knicks, and he's like, yes. And that's, you know, you see Josh Hart cruising around. I got 100 guns, 100 clips. I'm from New York. Utah. He's over there bumping that in the whip as he drives. Like, oh, so he's feeling it. He's feeling playing for Thibodeau. He's feeling playing for York. He's feeling for playing for Jalen Brunson. That gives us another boost off the bench. They weren't playing Cam Reddish. So hopefully they really do like Josh Hart and they played Josh Hart. But I can't remember if Josh Hart ever played for Tom Thibodeau before. That's what I'm actually trying to remember in this equation. And that I can't remember. But apparently we're going to love him. And then there's the reunion tour that I've been telling you guys about, right? You can't go, you know, you say you can't go back home, baby, 2 years and I'm back home. Right? So we have the NBA reunion tour where you get Justin Jackson. You're like, what? Justin who? Shut up. Right? You get Justin Jackson. He goes to Oklahoma. He goes back to Oklahoma City. Right, where he played for Oklahoma City back in the 2000 and 2021 season. Now, most likely, like they didn't want you then, I don't think they want you now either. Most rumors have it that they're going to end up waiving him. You know, so danger zone, right? Stranger danger zone, right? Then we get D'Angelo Russell. Oh baby! Oh, you guys like that one, right? He returns back to the LA Lakers, where he was drafted in the second round in 2015. So he goes back there. And he has no issues there. They're gonna play him. They need him. They want him. He's gonna be a nice part of their new rebuild, which now is a team that has Bryant, Hachimura, Huchimama, LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Davis. Like, they're building back together a nice little squad to try to make another push at this, and also to have a squad ready when, dare I say, Kyrie comes to LA next year. Again, why would Jeannie Buss want that headache? Like, after Cleveland, after Boston, after Brooklyn, hey, if he can't make it happen in Dallas, Jeannie, you want that headache? Like, Jeannie, look at me, boss. You really want that headache, Jeannie? Think about it. You want that guy tainting all of your hard work? Because just think, the moment you don't do something he doesn't like, he's gonna talk about, oh, the Lakers ain't what you thought they were. Mark my words right now. He will start saying, yo, the Lakers ain't the organization that you guys thought they were. They like to come off as a when they're really a They And then if there's any kind of deep, dark Lakers secret that kind of everybody knows, or the Lakers players end up finding out when they come play for that nobody else knows, it's gonna come out. Just saying. Right? So, D'Angelo, right? Back to the Lakers, where the Lakers are now filling out their roster. Then we get Bruno Fernando, right? He goes over to Atlanta, right? Where he was drafted in the second round previously, right? Was that the 19th pick? No, 2019. He was drafted in the second round for them in 2019. Shoot. We get T.J. Warren going back to Phoenix. You guys know T.J. Warren, the guy that Jimmy Butler talked about, saying that he can't guard me, he can't score for me. We know Bubble T.J. that was balling. Yeah, him, that guy. Right? But so he leaves and he goes back to Phoenix. Then we get Jacob Poetel, right? He leaves and goes back to Toronto, where he was drafted back in 2016. Now, this was part of when he left in 2016. That's he didn't leave 2016. He left in 2018, and he was part of that DeMar DeRozan. It was DeMar DeRozan, Jacob Poeltl for Kawhi Leonard. So he was part of that trade. I know people always remember DeMar DeRozan, but the other guy involved, it was Jacob. Don't forget about Jacob. All right. Also, we have Eric Gordon. Can I get a clappers? We got Eric Gordon going back to the Clippers, who drafted him with the 7th pick back in 2018. Right? Actually, no. For Eric Gordon, Let's get him an old baby. I promise you, was only signed this list. Listen, don't you guys get any funny ideas? Well, we get Gary Payton II, right? There's only one place he could be going back to. Yes, folks, he returns back to the Golden State Warriors, the team that he helped win a championship. He was an integral part of their championship run, folks. He comes over back to the Golden State Warriors. And listen, I know he's happy. Golden State Warriors are happy, and Golden State Warriors fans are happy too. They all have to be happy. Like he was a fan favorite over there. So I know everybody's, and also a locker room favorite. So I know a lot of people are really happy to see him return. And I wonder if this is also one step closer to getting rid of Draymond Green.
Danger zone.
And also,
Cleveland, this is for you.
I'm telling you right now, I have a feeling that he goes to one or two places. And I don't know why he's going to, actually 1 or 3 places now. Right? I'm assuming that he's probably going to go to, and he probably really only think about 2 places. I have the other one I'm just throwing in there because I just played that drop. I figured when he leaves, he's either going to Cleveland, LA, or he's going to Phoenix. He's not going anywhere where he can't win immediately. He's not going anywhere where he can't be locked in from the very day one for a team that's trying to win a championship and actively on pace to do so. I don't see it. I don't see it for Draymond. I honestly don't. So, yeah, I see him going to only one of those three teams: Phoenix, Cleveland, or LA. If he goes to the Clippers, I'll be shocked. Seriously. Cleveland, Lakers, or Phoenix. Draymond Green's next destination if he leaves Golden State. Sorry, my nose itches really bad. It's really tickling me. Probably need to get in there and start clearing out some of those nose hairs. That's probably what's tickling me. Right, so Gary Payton Jr. Gary Payton II, he makes his way back over to Golden State Warriors. George Hill makes his way back over. And George Hill gets some love. Kind of love good George Hill gets. I'll allow it. George Hill goes back to Indiana. Remember, he was part of that Paul George. We're gonna dress like the Village People group that was given that early LeBron James, Cleveland, and then Miami team some run back when they had that waste of space as a center, Roy Hibbert, who basically is the inventor of the vertical movement, or guy that took advantage of it the most. He really went from being good one year, all of a sudden being trash. They have no clue what happened. But so I knew that what happened. I know what happened now. As I told you, your ability to affect winning is very short. Not everybody can do it as long as LeBron James, or make it seem like they can do it as long as LeBron James. And then all of a sudden, suddenly, you're not that guy. We get Spencer Dinwiddie, right? He gets a double? Okay. We get Spencer Dinwiddie. He makes his way back over to Brooklyn. Remember, he was part of the DeAndre Jordan trade. Remember, he had made it there before already to Brooklyn. Brooklyn had given him his long extension, and they traded him away when they wanted to bring in DeAndre Jordan. So they bring back in Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie is a Brooklyn favorite as well. He's a city favorite. They liked him there. He did well there. He also played well when he played along Kyrie Irving there as well, with and without Kyrie Irving, in a similar scenario with a bunch of hard-nosed guys that were kind of like moved around, punched around, shifted around, unless it was going to happen. Listen, as a Knicks fan, this is a good thing because it opens up a space that you can probably move into. But don't be surprised if Brooklyn doesn't fall any further than where we're at and starts being a direct contender with us in that sixth spot. Like, don't get it twisted. They may fall. They're not going to fall. I don't see them falling like to 9th and 10th. They may fall to 7th, maybe 8th. Right? But that's going to be at the end. For a good portion, because they're going to have to fall a little bit. For a good portion of this, they're going to be hovering right. They're going to be hovering right ahead of us. So anticipate that. All right. And lastly, excuse me, shoot. Sorry, you guys have to hear that. But it's either I get this cleared up, and thank you, IG. It's either I get this cleared up, or you keep hearing me, or you keep seeing this happen. You guys wonder what it is? It's the weed pollen. It's the pollen and the dust from all the bud. I don't know why it always affects me when I'm doing the pod. Maybe because I'm stuck in this one position and it's hitting me right here. Let's continue. All right. I see you, big mother effing he. Heck? What was that he? Heck popping up on the podcast. Excuse me. Whew. I'm going through all kinds of man phases right now. So let's continue. The funniest one of them all. How much time we got left in the show? Gotta do a quick time check. Make sure we definitely got time to do the Super Bowl. Oh, we got time. We got plenty of time. The funniest move of them all. is John Wall back to Houston. Like that. That one takes the cake because John Wall is the one that we alluded to earlier when we said, hey, somebody was talking smack about their team, right? Was somebody was talking smack about the team that they went to or left from, and now they have to go back there. That's John Wall. And not only did he talk smack to them, it happened very recently, the smack talk that he talked about them. There are at least, that I know of, at least one player that he talked about still on that team, right? And what he said is currently in rotation on social media. And it wasn't in rotation because he just got traded there. It had been in rotation for these last couple of weeks, ironically. And that's the team that he goes back to. A team that he talked about was trying to lose. A team that he talked about, they lost 20 straight games. And he said, yo, they was trying to lose because they were playing like some bum dudes. Right? That he tried telling them guys, like, yo, what you getting away with here, you guys need to, like, let me hear. He was trying to be their vet. He was trying to show them a way. Like, yeah, what you guys are doing here, you're not gonna, yeah, you may not get away with it in the rest of the league. Like, you won't be in the league for some of the stuff you're doing here. Like, you need to tighten it up. Now, if all of that happened, I'm really gonna assume they're probably gonna buy him out, right? And then we'll see if there's a place or like that, if there's somewhere for John Wall, right, that he can go to. But yeah, it's not happening. I don't really see him sticking with. I don't really see him sticking with Houston. And like I said, the free agency just brought about just craziness all around. Like, it's crazy to find out that the Utah Jazz have 15 first round picks over the next 6 years. To 2029, they have 15 first round picks. Also, even though this has nothing to do with basketball, it is just something that took away from talking about football. There's a Dallas Star fan that punched in the face for saying the N-word. Why is this significant? I've been the person that said it was a white person. The person punched him is a white person. This is a hockey arena. Like, you don't say that, sir. This is for my friend Kareem. Now that you have a black eye, I can say it. You got Reggie Miller taking shots at Anthony Davis over here. And oh my God, you know it has to be funny for me to talk good about Reggie Miller or to even bring up Reggie Miller by name up on the podcast. You know it has to be good. Reggie Miller's taking shots at AD, and he says that every time that AD winces, every time that AD grimaces, that's 3 weeks. AD may be injured. and you know what's funny? It makes it even worse. AD may be injured again. Because this time is going to be karma, because AD was, when LeBron James was making history, AD was the only person in the whole entire arena damn near not standing up and applauding for him. He was definitely the only person not in the front row. He was definitely the only person not in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform. Actually, he was the only person not in a player's uniform to not be standing up and giving LeBron James a standing ovation. And then he's going to say, yeah, he was just upset that they were losing the game that they needed to win. So you that upset about a game that you needed to win, that you can't celebrate your mentor, the guy that took you into the win, the reason why you have a championship, suddenly you can't stand up to celebrate. Nah, there's something else going on there. And I'm telling you guys right now, you guys need to probably see if you can get 10 second round picks for Anthony Davis, right? Like, that may be it. Like, you may need to go out and see if you can get 10 second round picks and maybe like and 2 first round picks. Oh, maybe it's got to be 10 second round picks for Anthony Davis. That's the only thing I can see, right? Like, seriously, like, other than that, Yeah, it may be time for him to go. Like there's something there. Like he's back. There's some backbiting going on in that scenario. He's gonna try to play it off. He gonna feed us some BS. Like, I was just mad because we were losing. Haven't seen you mad about any other loss like this until now. Suddenly, now you mad man. Now you big man. Whatever. Miss me with that, yo. You hating. I even like calling people haters, right? But you hating right now, for real, for real. All right, let's see what some of these filters do. No, we're not gonna do that filter. Uh, nah. Okay, let's see what this filter does. Oh, that's some rainy shit. What does this one do? This is this. Hey, yo. You know what? Yeah. Let's play around with this. Sorry, yo. See, why I said that some of you guys need to be watching this show live. A lot of times I apologize to Instagram because they don't get the best version of the show, right? Because all of the little intricacies and pleasantries are done through is done through you guys, right? It's done through the other one, but this time they get some love. They get some massive love. Like they was just getting a nice background before. Now they get some big love. Let's get you guys over here so you can see all of that behind me. Reggie Miller. Yeah, that was hilarious. I'm sorry, Reggie Miller normally can't say anything that I agree with or generally like, but this time he does. And the one time he says something, it's to take a shot at Anthony Davis, which it's kind of true. Like nobody is disagreeing with the fact that Anthony Davis is injured every single time you blow Brett upon him. Now you blow Brett upon him injured. That means like if you breathe on him too hard, he's injured. He's like the pig in the three wolves, or the three little pigs. He's the house. He's those first two houses. He's the straw house. He's the scarecrow. Let's get into a couple more of these, right? The Boston Celtics, they get Mike Muscala, right? From Oklahoma City, who gets Justin Jackson and 2 second-round picks. That's two of the 43 second round picks that we talked about. Denver also sends Bones Highland to the Clippers for 2 second-round picks as well. I told you it was all over the place. And the Pacers also get Serge Ibaka, and it's believed that they're probably going to end up buying off Serge. And then again, it'll be interesting to see where Serge Ibaka goes and who's actually trying to get Serge. I mean, and to see what kind of market there is for Serge Ibaka, because I kind of believe Serge is washed up, but maybe Serge can play a role in a backup role. And he can't play for the Knicks. Like that'll just be cluttering up the lineup. Like we'll like him, but like he's just really gonna be cluttering the lineup. Now, let's get into some interesting stuff, right? Let's finally get into some football, right? Let's get into a little bit of football, right? Because the Super Bowl is coming up and it's 2 days away. It literally is 2 days. We're 48 hours away, and if you don't know by now, we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Glendale, Arizona. There we go. And this is Super Bowl 57. It was funny because somebody was asking me today. I was in the doctor's office. They was asking me today. They don't remember the Super Bowl being this big and always being this kind of a spectacle. And she's like, but it's really picked up over the last 30 years. She was wondering, is how old the Super Bowl is it only like a couple of years old, like 15 something years or whatever? And I was like, nah. Like, yo, it's been over 50 of them. like you wildin'. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, but I had to explain to her, like, because we're both Islanders, right? And I had to explain to her, well, Super Bowl for me, it wasn't a big thing in my household growing up, right? So I don't remember my mom or my uncle or anybody talking about, there's some big old Super Bowl party that they have to go to or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't remember any of that stuff. I just remember us kind of like being around the crib and watching it. That was it. It wasn't no big Super Bowl party, spectacle, anything like that. Even though I'm not saying that there wasn't, it just wasn't in my household. When I got to the Army, and I want to say, I don't remember it being a huge. I don't remember what we did in North Carolina, right? So I don't remember what happened at Bragg, right? And what kind of spectacle it was for that. But I do remember by the time I got to Germany, right? Oh yeah, it was on and popping. Like football, like and you know, and I do kind of remember like little glimpses of little things from North Carolina, like people trying to do something. I don't remember me really taking. I was into money, hoes, and clothes back then. Okay, like like I could probably really give two shits about the Super Bowl, really to that extent. But I still remember, like, still probably getting together and really watching it. But I don't remember much about it in North Carolina. Germany, though, is when I really start having memories of. Okay, we definitely having get-togethers. We're having a party for it. We're cooking this. We're doing that. We're getting some. That's when I really start remembering the coordination of it. So the first half of my life, no. Second half of my life, yeah. Like it's been like that, and obviously since I've been out the military with me and my group, right? My group of friends, right? The whole entire Brew crew, like shout out to them, big shout out to them. They always come through and show a brother some love. Which, listen, we gonna they get the big love because we're gonna really be dependent on them coming up soon because DJ MyT is about to start off his DJing career. The DJ equipment is here. Like you guys can see that, right? Let me see if I can get you to see that. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take that out. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, you guys can see that? Damn. It's right there. And there goes the equipment over there. So yep. Like DJ MyT will be coming to you guys pretty soon. And I'll be dependent on my friends again to come and support me as well. Yo, we're gonna be hitting them up heavy with Double Duty because now we have definitely two, but possibly three because I'm not quite sure if the people I'm talking about go out and support Diego at his places, right? I don't really think that's something that they do, but they're gonna have two friends in the DJ business that they're gonna have to go out and show love to. And big shout out to DJ Scepter. Big shout out to DJ Scepter, my boy listener, because he's gonna be helping me out a lot during this process and during this transition. He's gonna be helping me. He's gonna help teach me the ropes and really put me onto the ones and twos. And after that, I'm just gonna just learn the rest for myself. It's funny. I asked my niece if she wanted to learn how to DJ with me, and she was like, "Nah." But you know what though? Watch. I have a feeling it's going to be a skill eventually that she's going to want to take up. She's going to see how much fun I'm having with it. Watch. And plus, she was already over here touching the turntable like sugar, 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 sugar. So I'm gonna have her like, yo, if you're gonna play, I'm gonna hit it with the don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Hey, let me put that song on. And if you're gonna be sugar, 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 let's at least learn how to sugar, sugar, sugar for a little bit. It's like what's the harm in learning? And then also I'll let her know how much DJs get paid for a night's worth of work. And I'll have a look up people like Shaq and the dude from Jersey Shore. And also, what am I thinking of? Ioka, stuff. Those guys like that, right? Sweet. Like and have a look those up and see what they make to go DJ. Funk Flex. You know what I mean? Even my boy DJ Zogs. You know what I mean? Like if you could find that, like I'm gonna have a look up all that and let her see that. Yo, this is for one night, really quick for a couple nights, not for a couple hours. 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Let's get it. Also, this fair price. I got to make sure that I'm being fair to the industry too, because you know how it always gets, right? You wanna start off fairly low because you're like, damn, right? Your experience isn't up there, and you wanna, and you're getting people to kind of pay for your experience in your own head, knowing that you're a neophyte too. They may not know that you're a neophyte, but some of the people that you're giving your early shots know that you're a neophyte. So you want to give them those reasonable rates, but you know that you can't keep undercutting everybody in the market. You got to keep it at least similar because it's just fair. It's just kind of fair. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks like that, but hey, let's get some things in here. All right, so your boy DJ MyT, he's gonna be hitting the scenes pretty soon. You know what I mean? We're not even gonna get into what's popping and what's trending today, right? Let's just get into the Super Bowl picks, right? And even before the Super Bowl picks, like I said, because we've been talking about the craziness of everything so far. So I don't know if you guys know that there's a bunch of prop bets, right, that constantly go on every single Super Bowl, and where you can bet on all kinds of things, right? One of them being like the Super Bowl Gatorade color. Hold on, let me check the time here. Make sure that we give you guys enough time to still talk. And don't forget, if you guys would like to talk like anything, right? Call into the phone lines, and the phone lines are open. Call in, join the show, join the podcast. But yeah, you could bet on like what color Gatorade they're going to use, right? So let me give you an idea. So it's plus 250 on orange. It's plus 270 on blue, which obviously are the two more familiar colors. There's plus 600 on red. I'm sorry, plus 600 on clear, right? Plus 800 on purple, plus 450 on no Gatorade bath, right? Plus 175 on yellow, green, or lime. Actually, those are probably the three. That's the three right there. The three most popular colors. And then plus 750 for red or pink. And I know, I'm telling you right now, you just know like, ooh, to put $10 on red, right? Like, yo, to put $5 on red and come on, put $10 on red and come away with $75 real quick. Like, yo, you don't mind? I don't mind. I don't mind. Right? Because what those odds be like, for every 100, like you win 750. So that means you put 10, you win $75 real quick. You win 5. You put 5, you win 37. You win almost $40. Let's go to $35. If you're starting off with a balance of $35, right, or $40, you just doubled your money. So, like, they have little things like that, right? And then let's see, that's the Gatorade props, right? And then they have the Super Bowl halftime show, and they have prop bets on the shoe color, right? And they have plus 200 on her first shoe color, right? So whoa. Super Bowl cleavage. Okay, let me get it. Let's do this. Damn it. Because I'm having way too much fun with this. Let's go ahead and give you my picks, and we'll finish up the show having fun with the prop bets. All right. I've been leaning towards the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's keep that straight with you. I've been leaning towards the Philadelphia Eagles, and based off of how many people I've seen rooting for the Eagles, it makes me want to pick Kansas City. That's really it. I've been leaning towards the Eagles, and in that lean, right, the fact that everybody has been picking Kansas City, I've been like, you know what? You guys are making me nervous. Let's lean this away. And I think I'm going to give it to Kansas City. Even though I want Jalen Hurts, even though I need Jalen Hurts, I bleed for Jalen Hurts to win this because I don't know if he'll ever make it here again. I want him to win this for so many reasons. I've said this already. If you listen to the podcast, I've got a reason why I waited now because I've said this a million times already. I want Jalen Hurts to win this championship. I don't think that they can make it back to another championship. I don't think he'll ever get another shot at this pie again. So this is crucial for him to win. Plus, it's crucial to win for his playing style. I believe Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes will make another Super Bowl again. They did it. They don't need to win this one. Jalen Hurts needs to. That's the reason why I'm picking. But so many people are leaning towards Philly. Right? We did a quick little survey, and honestly, right, we got 70% of the people picking Philly. 70%. That scares me. I didn't even look at the odds to see what the odds were. But that scares me. I'm sorry. That makes me a little nervous. And the thing about it is leaning this way just because, one, obviously, like, Philly does have a better squad. But it's not that much better than Kansas City that Super Bowl experience can't overcome easily. So while Philly may have the better squad, both quarterbacks are banged up a little bit. One for throwing, and one for running. The running quarterback has problems with his throwing, and the throwing quarterback has problems with his running. Injuries wise, that is. Right? So I'm not gonna act like Philly has this massive advantage over Kansas City. No. Whatever Kansas City doesn't have talent-wise, they definitely have experience-wise. We know this. They make that up in Andy Reid and Patrick your Enzo Mahomes. And then there's the Kelsey factor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that Philly's gonna run away with this. Don't think that. There's just too many people also in these numbers that already are getting Patrick Mahomes fatigue, right? Where they're already tired of seeing Patrick Mahomes here. This is his third time here in 5 years. They're getting Patrick Mahomes fatigue. Oh, he's already here. Kind of similar to what was happening with Tom Brady for some people. Not me. I just didn't like how Tom Brady cheated for all of his W's. Sorry, he's no longer in the league. He's no longer relevant. I don't even know why I keep bringing him up. He's no longer even relevant anymore. He doesn't even play football anymore. He's just gonna be now some random dude on the television talking about other people that play this game at a high level, wishing that he can do it. There's something wrong with me. I apologize. I'm gonna have to pay. If I had to put real money of significance, because I needed to play it safe, and I wasn't worried about losing my house, I'm probably pick Kansas City. If I don't care about losing $10, I'm picking Philly. There are so many other reasons where people are picking Philly to win, outside of the fact that they are just outright the flat out better team. But actually, this is a Super Bowl, so that's not that cut and dry. What kind of score am I looking at? What are we talking about? Because we know how Kansas City is. They're not punting in the Super Bowl. I don't know if Philly's ready. Yeah, I'm picking Kansas City. I don't know if Philly's ready for that. I want Philly to win this so bad. I really do. I want this for Jalen Hurts. I want, and I've been saying this for weeks. But if I had to put the house up, I'm going Kansas City. Like my heart wants Jalen Hurts. My head says Kansas City. You guys know how I work with the heart picks. I'll tell you guys all day long if I'm picking with my heart. Me picking Philly, I'm picking with my heart. It's just too many intangible reasons of why I want him to win. And one of them is because I want him to win a championship. I want him to win a championship so that everybody can see from day one that he was better than Tua. And be like, man, nanny, boo, boo, I should have gotten your spot. There's no way you should have been number one. But also, thank God Jalen Hurts didn't go to Miami, because I would have had to hate him if he went to Miami. And that's facts. I already did it. Let's see. This is one of those times. Let me explain to you guys so you guys can fully understand. This is one of those times when when the stars align. And sometimes the stars of dislike line up as well. I didn't like Tua in college. I preferred Jalen Hurts even back then. And I don't like the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Dolphins drafted Tua. This is perfect. They made it easy for me. Right, so yeah, so we get to see these. So the first of all, we get to see two black quarterbacks go ahead and play in the Super Bowl, and it feels good to have to pick between two high elite level quarterbacks and what they do. I said we are seeing the future of quarterbacks. We have seen the future of quarterbacks in this year's playoffs, except for maybe three teams, and that's me putting Dak in there as well as Geno Smith to go along with Tom Brady, right? That everybody else, you're talking about what, 5 years and younger in this league? If that, is Dak still in the 5 years? Is that 5 years? Right, we talk about like 5 years and younger, if anything, in this league, but also guys that we know for sure, like we might not see them in Super Bowls, but these are going to be the guys occupying playoff spots, and it's going to be a rotation because we saw some of them, and there's still about two or three on the way. The AFC is going to be ridiculous. It's loaded. We're talking about fully loaded. Like, oh my god, I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm gonna get there in time. I said I was gonna go to Taco Bell, but I can go to Sharky's and get myself some loaded fucking potatoes. I just want to eat something beefy, cheesy, and greasy right now. Oh, I wonder what Snooze is doing. Stop. Oh man, how you not get Bud though? I was gonna tell you to come hit me up, but I think that moment might have passed already. Like I said, because you're probably fully on babysitting. That was an hour ago. Um, yeah, I'm going Kansas City. I'm nervous. That's my head. My heart goes with Jalen Hurts and Philly. Like, put it this way, I'm gonna be watching this, rooting for Philly because that's who I want to win. Who I think is going to win is Kansas City. Excuse me. It'll get no other different. It'll get. I don't know. If that's a better way to explain because while Kansas City is lighting it up, I won't be like, oh yeah, first down. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna be rooting for anything that they do. I'm just gonna be watching. Okay, that's what you do here. When I see a big play from Philly, well, I'm gonna be getting excited. Listen, maybe it's a Jet thing. Maybe I see a little bit green and white. You know, maybe I see a little bit of Jet in them when I see them. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm actually. I'm also, can I tell you this? Can I share something with you guys for a minute? Can we be honest with each other? I'm also happy that that individual that I spoke about earlier is not in the Super Bowl because in a long time I haven't been able to fully enjoy the Super Bowl and enjoy both teams that are participating. This is one of those times where I can watch both teams and really just fully enjoy everything they do on their field. Right before, there's been Super Bowls where I did not enjoy them. I could not watch that game and relax. I could not watch that game and have a good time because it was one person in it. You know, half of the times over the last 20 years, I was just ruining it with his cheating and scandalous ways. Sorry. It just kind of pisses me off. I am not a fan of cheaters. And as you can see, right, or you guys may have heard or may not have heard, right, I'm also not a very big fan of one Thomas Earl Brady.
I'm from New York, and you know what? Tom Brady's a fucking bitch.
And I don't know if his real name is Earl. That actually sounds like too cool of a middle name. Let's give him like Ernest. His name is Ernest. But you guys start hitting me up, hit me up in the DMs, right? Hit me up in the chats, hit me up in the comments. Let me know who you think is gonna win the Super Bowl. I know I may not help you for any. Like, listen, for better purposes. I know I probably didn't help you guys, but you know what? I'm not here for the real bets. I'm here for all of this crazy stuff, like the halftime. Let's go back and talk about that, right? Halftime. They have Super Bowl halftime cleavage, -500 for yes, and plus 270 for no. Like, yeah, you know Rihanna go. Listen, Rihanna's cutting halftime commercials in cleavage. Like, you think she gonna come out here and have a near Janet Jackson? She is this generation's Janet Jackson. You guys are bugging if you don't think there's gonna be cleavage. It's just that, and Vegas knows it. That's why that sucks at -500. I mean that you gotta bet $500 to win one. Is that what it is? Nah, he tripping on that one right there. Right, then other stuff. What is going to be her first shoe color? Plus 200 on black, plus 400 on silver, plus 300 on red, plus 400 on white, plus 450 on pink, plus 450 on gold, plus 500 on blue, plus 700 on purple, plus 800 on green, plus 1200 on the elusive orange. See, even that I'll let y'all put. I'll put that $1. I'll get. Like, hey yo, like, hey yo, like that. I still want to give back to her, but still, right? And then accessories. Yes, that she wears a necklace, -400. Yes, that she wears. No, that she doesn't wear her necklace, plus 250. Then there's also halftime appearances. Are we gonna see a halftime appearance by Jay-Z on stage? Yes. On -700, right? And no is plus 130. Then there's also Super Bowl halftime appearance by Drake. Yes is a -100, and no is a -140. Okay, I guess there's not a big thing that he may make it there. Let's see what else we have there. Accessories. Rihanna wears sunglasses. No, -190, plus yes is plus 140. On sunglasses? Hold on. What do I have here? What am I writing down here? Damn it, I need this. You know what? Yo, Rihanna sunglasses. This is like the second one I saw where I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna happen. But it's plus 140, and no is a -190. Damn. I feel like she's definitely gonna wear sunglasses at some point in time. Okay, let's continue. Let's not dwell. Let's just keep looking at some of these Super Bowl odds. Right, that was the halftime. Right, now we got some Super Bowl anthem props. Right, anthem. Any word omitted. Yes is plus 700. No is minus 150. Huh. I gotta find out who's singing the. I gotta find out who's singing the national anthem. And let's see how that one goes. Let's see. Anthem to be shown first. Okay, let's see. Anthem Andy Reid shown first. Anthem Nick Sarian showed first. I don't know who those guys are. It must be who's singing the national anthem. Never mind. Then we have. Wait. Oh, I'm tripping. Andy Reid or Nick Sirianni. I am tripping. Hey, yo. Right, okay, so we have who's going to be shown first there. And then we have, after that, who's going to be shown first. Patrick Mahomes, -140, or Jalen Hurts, plus 110. Like, that's how things are going down right now. Like, these are the bets. These are the prop bets. And this is so interesting because it's the only time that you really get this, right? is that this time, and I think about it because it generates so much money. Generates so much money for everybody, right? And also for them. Let's continue, right? Defensive Super Bowl props. We really care about that? Let's see. Super Bowl 57 special team or defensive touchdown scored. Huh. Huh. This is under. Okay, that was halftime. This is defense. Listen, I'm gonna find a way to put together a little parlay. You never know. I may put together a little parlay. You never know. Yeah. We'll see. NFL futures, right? So let's see. Total punts by Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, all of this is bad money. Over is minus 116, and then under is minus 106. And like I said, I don't think they're gonna punt often either. So I would have went under. If they would have had money on the under on this one, I definitely would have been adding this to my little list of things to look forward to. But yeah, let's see here. Total punts by the Eagles. Under 3.5. Okay, so over 110. Over is negative 110, and under is also 110, right? Over under 3.5 is 110 both ways. Let's see. Team to commit the most turnovers. You got Kansas City Chiefs coming in at minus 129. Eagles at plus 106. Total interceptions under under 1.5. Let's see. Under is negative 152. Over is plus 125. Total interceptions. I say there won't be 2 interceptions. That's interesting. That one's interesting. Those are kind of low though. That was interesting though. Right, and then also let's see, we have other stuff. So I'm not gonna read off all the odds, but I'm gonna give you some of the other stuff that you can bet on. Like, will opening kickoff to be a touchback? Right, there's no money on the yes. Will Kansas City Chiefs kickoff to be a touchback? Right, again, no real money on the yes. Plus 136 on the no. Will first Philadelphia Eagles kickoff be a touchback? This is all touchback stuff. Total sacks, right? By each team, 2.5. Total sacks by Kansas City, 2.5. Right, it's the over under. Sacks by Philly is over under is 2.5 as well. Which team they have who is going to record the most sacks? Looks like they have Kansas City at plus 103 and Eagles at negative 131. Telling you, this is interesting. These are all the prop bets. These are just prop bets. All the little crazy stuff that you can go ahead and you can bet on for the game. Let's see here. Let's see some. What we did. We did field goals. We did touch. What section are we in? This is the defensive prop bets. That was just defensive prop bets. Let's see. Field goals, Super Bowl props. Team field goal. Kansas City Chiefs. Over under 1.5. Same thing for Philly. First quarter field goal on or after the time is. Let's see who's here. Who do we have here? Always a good time at Shawkeys. It is always a good time at Shawkeys. Is that? Ooh, somebody from Shawkeys listening right now? Want to know how Shawkeys going? I need some food. I want to order some food. Put in a food order for me. I'll be there to pick it up. If y'all see Anna or Nandi or Toya there, let them know that T's ordering some food. They put in a food order for T. That way they know it's definitely for me, the podcast dude. And then, you know what I mean? That shit will stick. I just want some potato wedges. Not potato wedges. So, some loaded potatoes. Yeah, the bacon, the cheese, the sour cream, all that shit. I want one of those. It's tater tots. I got tater tots here. Okay, this the potatoes. Somebody does that for me and let me know they're doing that for me. I'll be popping up at Sharky's tonight. Let's finish. Let's probably finish it before the podcast is over. I ain't get a 10-minute warning yet. Let's go. Let's look at a couple more of these prop bets, right? I already know people. I know people that are already looking at these prop bets and starting to put their bets in. Let's see if we can find some other interesting one. We have touchdowns for the Super Bowl. So let's see. Team touchdowns for Kansas City. Over unders 2.5. That's the same thing for Philly. The special teams or defense score a touchdown. It's plus 255 on yes. I think this is gonna be one of those times defense scores a touchdown. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. We have Super Bowl. Okay, team to score the longest touchdown. We just got that 10-minute warning. All right, Skeeter to score the longest touchdown. Neither scores the so they talking about tie. It's negative 110 on both of them. Like that's not even a good bet to take. Right? Longest touchdown scored over under 39.5 yards. Let's see, shortest touchdown score over under 1.5 yards. Excuse me. First touchdown on or after the 9-minute mark has elapsed. Oh, will the first touchdown be scored on a on a oh you can and let's see the yes on that is negative 106. The no is negative 125. That's not even a good bet. Let's see, team to score first touchdown. Nobody scores the first touchdown. What do you mean no? So that means they both kick field goals. Is that plus 4? You know what? Oh man, like something's got to. I gotta ask about that one. I gotta ask about that one. That one's worth $10, right? That one is so worth $10. Let's see what else we have here. That's on the touchdowns, right? Then Super Bowl main props. Okay, let's see what we have here. Team to have the first coaches challenge. That's a prop bet. Largest lead of the game. That's a prop bet. 14.5. That's the largest lead of the game being 14.5 over under. And there's no money on either one of those really. Last team to score. No money on that to be won. Let's see. Successful 2-point conversions. Yes, it's 290. Listen, I'm gonna see that you put together your own parlay. All right, I got some choice parlays. I'm gonna look into. I'll be dropping $10 all over the place. Like first team to score. That's a negative on both of them. First scoring play. Will it be a Philadelphia touchdown at plus 175, a Kansas City field goal at plus 400, a Kansas City Chiefs safety at plus 4900, Kansas City Chiefs touchdown at plus 190, Philadelphia Eagles field goal at plus 400 as well, and then also same thing for their safety, 4900. Okay. There's some interesting things in here. First scoring play, Kansas City Chiefs. Is it going to be a touchdown? Safety, field goal, 169, negative 102. And then again with plus 2,400. Some interesting bets out here. Some interesting things that's going to be bet on for the Super Bowl at all. Me, I was going to be enjoying myself. Looking forward to the cooking. Looking forward to it all. Right? I'm probably going to buy beer tomorrow. I was going to buy beer tonight. I'm probably going to end up buying beer tomorrow. Right? And I'm probably going to end up buying enough beer so that I can start drinking tomorrow as well. Because I'm probably going to end up taking a couple out of this. So I can't buy a 12-pack. So I'm probably going to end up buying an 18-pack so that a 12-pack can make it to football. Oh, man. I got some food in the freezer, right? Some chicken that I seasoned up already a couple weeks ago that I Ziploc. So I'm going to get that defrosted. Right? What if I'm trying to think when I want to put that out to defrost. Because I want to be at his house by noon, if I can. Right? No later than 2. I want to get to his house by like noon. Get everything, help whatever I need to help with. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, because at this point in time, the whole Super Bowl is just it's a big get-together at this point in time. Right? It's gotten to a point where even if you don't care about the football, it is a little miniature house party, or just a time to get together. It's like its own little mini holiday. It's it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, Super Bowl, right? And then after Super Bowl, what's next after this? Like what? 4th of July? The next time you're probably gonna have a function where the whole family get together. Like so, like that's what kind of Super Bowl kind of represents. But this one isn't necessarily for all the family. This one could be friends and family, or just friends and stuff like that. Is it? Like it has so many different dynamics. You could do this with people from work. You could put like all kinds of stuff. Oh, let's see, Super Bowl party. Super Bowl party? Wait, what? Super Bowl party, be active. Oh, okay. This isn't a prop bet. I got out the prop bet section. I don't know how to have. Nah, how was supposed to be a. Wait, no. Okay, wait, I missed it. Okay. MVP Super Bowl props. Let's take a look at that. We got like 5 minutes left in the show. Patrick Mahomes plus 121. Jalen Hurts plus 124. Travis Kelce plus 1350. AJ Brown plus 1675. Let's see. Miles Sanders 2400. Devontae Smith 2900. These are all plus. Hasten Reddick 3000. Chris Jones 4200. Isaiah Pacheco 4500. Dallas Goldberg Golder. Okay, 5,600, and then by now, like, oh no, there's still some names that could be recognized. Jerick McKinnon, 6,800. Frank Clark, 6,800. Juju Smith-Schuster, 7,000. Right? Marquise Scandon Valdez, 7,500. Brandon Graham, 8,500. Kadarius Toney and Kenneth Gainwell, Nick Bolton, 9,000 each. Chad Henne and TJ Edwards, along with Quez Watkins, 13,000, all pluses, right? Darius Slay and Gardner Minshew. Oh, damn, yeah. If Gardner Minshew is winning an MVP, something has gone extremely wrong. Right? Jarius Sneed. For both of these quarterbacks being injured, you never know. You never know. Right? So where were we at? Jarius Sneed. Wait, no, I already passed him. Justin Reed and Josh Sweat, along with George Kalifatis, right? We got Sky Moore along with them. They all coming at 16,000. Gosh, right? Then, hey, how many more people we got? Okay, we're gonna stop there. Sorry. Let's go to position of the MVP. Got quarterback at no money at negative 649. But we got wide receiver at plus 660, tight end at plus 910. You guys want to hear the rest of those for real? Okay. Got linebacker at plus 2,900, defensive lineman plus 2,400, quarterback plus 6,400, safety 8,000, offensive lineman 10,000, kicker, punter, long snapper 15,000. Let's get you guys the rest of those in. Apparently you guys want to hear them, right? All right, where do we leave off at? Right, Boston Scott at 18,000, right? Fletcher Cox at 19,000, right? McCole Hardman at 19,000, along with Willie Gay Jr., along with James Bradbury. They all at 19,000. Adamakin Sue and Harrison Butker. I could make this bigger. I'm tripping. Yeah, that's so much better. Right? and Harrison Booker at 22,000. We got Jake Elliott, Justin Watson, Trent McDuffie, Kaiser White, Zach Pascal, Reed Blankenship, all coming in at 24,000. And the biggest odds of them all as Mike Dana coming in at 26,000, folks. And that is all of your Super Bowl MVP odds by personnel and by position. I think we only have a few minutes left here in the podcast. I want to thank you guys for listening to the show. Don't forget, we'll be back on the air on Monday to talk about the actual Super Bowl. And we'll see if there's any lingering moves that didn't get in on time in the NBA that we're still waiting to happen. We still have a couple of buyouts that are going to take place, which means that there's going to be a couple of buy-ins. Right? So we're going to look into all that. We'll talk about all that next on the MyT Sports Podcast on Monday. You guys be safe over the weekend. You enjoy yourself. I think I am. You know what? Not only am I hungry, I think I also just feel like going out for some odd reason. All right, folks. Y'all guys take it easy. You continue to stay MyT. You stay lucky. You less stressing or stay all blessed. Play my outro music.